Welcome to Blynd Submyshynz, where DIY bands submit songs for us to listen to and react to blind. Every week, we'll bring a guest from the underground music, arts, or entertainment scene to help you sort through mountains of new music. We go in blind, so you don't have to. Blynd Submyshynz.
Blynd Submyshynz!
Hey everybody, welcome
back
to this week's episode of Blynd
motherfucking Submyshynz.
I'm gonna talk the entire time in this unusually low register.
Maybe we both should.
Is it effects or is it me?
It's my own built-in vocal pedal.
No, it's from watching Private Parts and when Howard Stern made the decision to lower his voice on radio because he was like, eh. He was like all up in his nose. And then if you listen to him now, it's like, hey, I'm Howard.
Howard.
He made that shit.
I like it. I think we should just do the whole show like this. Let's see what our guest thinks.
Let's not.
Okay, fine.
Hey, everybody. Do we have any news to cover up front?
Do we have any news?
Anything
I don't know.
Interesting to cover?
I can't think of anything.
We
There's
bought
shows coming up.
We bought tickets to Psycho Las Vegas.
We did.
We
We will
booked
be there.
flights. We booked hotel rooms. COVID be damned. We're going. So
We'll see you all.
So if you're going, hit
Vegas.
us on the email blindsub@gmail.com or
Yeah.
whatever. We are undecided as to whether we're going to attempt any podcast nonsense at the event. I'm kind of thinking I just want to go and enjoy the music, but who
I
knows?
want to too.
Who knows when we might
I
decide
think
to
that's the best idea.
spontaneously podcast,
We'll bring stuff with us just in case.
just in case. So if you're going, let us know.
Yeah, reach out.
We would
Send us a note.
like to meet
Yeah.
you.
Maybe.
Are you weird?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
As long as you're not
Are
weird.
you as weird as
But like
us?
weird in a good way, not weird in a bad way. Like have stuff buried in your backyard. Weird.
Yeah.
Not that kind of weird. Anything else?
If you bury stuff, I don't want to meet you. No, not that I can think of.
Okay, so who's our guest?
It is a return guest.
Oh yeah,
Another great one.
from episode 10.
Obviously they were great, or else we wouldn't have them back. Episode 10.
Oh
Yes.
Every guest that we have not had back on yet. That
Well,
doesn't
no.
mean.
No. I'm just saying that now that we're starting to bring back some guests, you know.
Well, maybe the record labels are like giving us money to have people
Yeah,
back on.
right.
No,
They're
this
not.
is 100% in our control.
Money? What's that?
It's what we spend to make this.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's Alyssa Maucere. Maucere? Maucere.
Yes.
Alyssa Maucere. Yeah,
Lord
Lord
Dying,
Dying,
and
artist,
many
tattooer,
other things. Yes.
amateur videographer, from what I hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
From episode 10 to this will be 81 with a few strays in the middle there.
Holy
so
shit.
71 episodes ago. So let's just go ahead and bring
And
her
from
on.
what I hear, she's got a lot to catch us up on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not in the mix.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
And here she comes. Wait, shift back to the low voices.
Got it.
It puts the lotion
There you are.
in.
I could hear
Hello.
all of that. That was so funny. It puts the lotion on its skin.
I'm trying this new low voice for the whole thing. We'll see how it goes.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And get deep down in there.
It's like Barry White.
If only
Hello.
I could sing in that register. Oh, that'd be the
Who
best.
says you can't?
Me.
Yeah.
Me. I've heard myself.
How in the hell are you?
You know, it's
Living the dream?
2022 and we're still here, some of us.
Yeah, this
Some of us made it.
seriously. I mean, that's like funny but also sobering
Brutal.
cuz it's actually fucking true.
Yeah.
And it was weird how there seems to be like kind of a lagging effect too. It wasn't like right away. I think it just a couple years of just misery wore on some people, apparently, it would seem. Anyways. Well, we're here, and that's good.
Exactly. It's been 71 episodes.
Yeah, you were episode 10.
You were episode 10, and now this is 81.
This is 81.
Wow. I
Yeah.
love this. It's so good. That's the one thing though, and I really think everybody kind of like found something new in their life to do during the pandemic, and I know that really well. They're getting a whole new way of doing things, and what a good way to like solve the whole like, oh man, I'm so tired of this mundane, everything's the same stuff. You're constantly talking to people. It was fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, it's been life affirming for me, for sure, to just have people to talk to.
Yes.
Yeah. No, social interaction.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's like coming from an introverted person, I was just like, yeah, the pandemic's awesome. Like, no, I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to go to work. This is like a nihilist dream. And then when it really started setting in, I was like, I'm going absolutely insane right now. Yeah, because I think when I was episode 10.
Episode 10.
When was episode 10 again?
November of 2020.
Yeah, November 2020.
Yeah, that's when the started to wear off on me a little bit. I was just like, when it's done.
Yeah.
I'm starting to go crazy.
Separate the real nihilists from the pretenders.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, like, I'm so proud of a lot of the people, especially like in this metal community, who banded together and just were doing amazing things and fun things and entertaining things, because we all were going absolutely crazy.
Yep.
So I'm really proud for you guys to be episode 87?
81.
81. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I know, crazy, right?
Yeah, it is crazy. And this is
this little pandemic project.
This is the the post shite explosion. Mike's episode kind of blew up, at least in terms of our viewership and listenership, and brought a whole. He's amazing. Well, he's like beforehand. He's like, I have 90 minutes, and we hit the 85-minute mark, and I was like, oh, we're at almost 90 minutes, Mike. And he goes, oh, I already canceled what I have next.
Let's keep going.
Let's just keep going. And then we ended at about 3.5 hours, I think.
He's like, okay, Mike Scheidt is not only one of the most overly talented, prog nerd, great, sweet people. He like remembers things that you would never even know that he would remember. And like during the pandemic, obviously we're all held up in our homes and whatnot. And then when things started to lighten up a little bit, you started seeing a bunch of us doing, socially distanced music videos.
Oh, yes.
We were actually. It's just there was more people than we were used to in the same room. Yeah. And at that Red Fang video.
Oh, right. That was awesome. Yes. That was so cool.
Speaking of the glasses.
Nice. Oh, yeah. The glasses. That Red Fang video we wrapped up. It was super funny to watch Mike Scheidt, who's one of the nicest people ever, actually insult Red Fang, and you can see it on his face. He's like,
I don't want to do this.
I mean,
this just doesn't feel right.
He's just got such a he's just the nicest person ever, and then you hear him be like, disparaging to Red Fang while they're in coffins, and it's just like, what is going on? This is amazing.
For sure.
But yeah, and then afterwards, when we were all wrapped up and everything, he's like, Alyssa, it was really awesome to see how much artwork you've been putting out throughout the whole pandemic. It's been really inspiring. And I was like,
wait.
What? I just stood there. He gave me a hug, and I was like,
yeah.
And I know the man. It's not like I don't know the man, believe me. But still, it was kind of took me back, and I was like, Mike Scheidt was really. That's why everybody. Yob has this wonderful aura around them.
Yep.
Or the hippie thing I could possibly say, aside from Yob is love, which is so true.
Yeah,
it is completely true. So I'm proud.
That's what we learned too. Is he's a fan. Above everything else, he's just a fan of stuff. He's a huge fan of music. Clearly, art too. You put people like him on a pedestal and assume he's not listening to anything else, and he's not.
No.
But not Mike, man. He's like, look at this fucking super obscure band you've never heard of. I've been listening to this record nonstop for a week.
Check out these guys and these guys and these guys.
Yeah, it was really inspiring to hear him. And
Yeah.
we'll get him back. And then we got to go see him not long after that. We got to see him at the Great American Music Hall, which was like amazing. We had seen a couple shows, but that one hit me hard.
Yeah.
Plus Broom opened, our good friends opened, and they were so good.
Oh, cool. Nice.
And it was a lovely, lovely evening.
A lovely time.
So I got to open with this.
Justin's just dying.
I'm dying.
Oh, I just got to get this out.
So Facebook is a trash heap, but I have curated my friends list to basically be only music. So it's much more pleasant now. And this is a really hard one. This came across my feed this morning. Pick your favorite song from Led Zeppelin 4 and then pick your least favorite song.
Oh my God.
Can you even do it? I had a head start, so we'll give you a second.
Okay. Why?
So we'll go down the list.
Hard. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna say something. I have a Led Zeppelin tramp stamp,
Nice.
and it's right here.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna ask me that question, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
look, it's hard for me too, man.
I think that makes it even harder, though, doesn't it?
I
Yeah.
know. I'm looking at all of it, and I'm
Black Dog, Rock and Roll, The Battle of Evermore, Stairway to Heaven, Misty Mountain Hop, Four Sticks, Going to California, and When the Levee Breaks.
I think my favorite one probably in reality, the one that I've been listening to absolutely the most my whole life is actually The Battle of Evermore.
Okay. I like that.
And I'm gonna go with my least favorite would be I'm just gonna say Stairway to Heaven because it's beaten to death,
Correct.
Stairway denied, like
Yeah.
like, let's just take a cheap shot and be like, it's got to be Stairway, dude, because like, yeah, there's a lot of connotation actually that goes with Led Zeppelin with me too. Like my dad was obsessed with it and would pretend to be John Bonham in the car and be like,
Yeah.
Dad,
The dad drum on the steering wheel.
yeah, you guys probably know all about that.
You got your bass in the middle. You got your kick in the middle. You're
Well,
over here.
I mean,
Oh my God, I just almost knocked over my teeth trying to be.
yeah, my whole life I've had music running through me, and I'm like I was never like ADD diagnosed, but I certainly like my hands are never not moving, and so I started desk and table drumming when I was a little kid, and like all through school it was always just, and then I think it like worked my finger dexterity for playing bass. And then once I started playing, I would just do right hand finger exercises, even if I'm not playing. I'm just doing 4-finger like patterns and just to like stay in shape.
Keep it in
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those finger. I don't know if you've ever used those, but the grip.
Oh yeah.
Fretting grip. Yeah, I love those things. I would just like sit in the van for like hours and be like,
Just
it's like heavier.
So those little spring ones that go individually
yes.
that rock climbers also use.
All right. So what was yours, JD?
What was mine?
Favorite,
I
least.
couldn't decide. It was either Misty Mountain Hop or When the Levee Breaks. I think I'm just gonna say Misty Mountain Hop though.
And then least favorite.
And I was thinking, I mean, I kind of got to agree with Alyssa. I think Stairway to Heaven is just so
Been wrecked.
over.
So I'll step out of myself and say it's a brilliant song.
It is a brilliant
It's a brilliant song.
It's
So I
great.
can't make it last. The one that so my criteria was I'll actually press skip on Going to California before skip on Stairway to Heaven at this point in my life. So that's at the bottom. And When the Levee Breaks is on top for me.
That's a good. I mean,
I love that song.
My favorite Zeppelin is when they just rip off the old blues masters.
Yeah.
The lemon song, In My Time of Dying. Like if someone else did it before them and then they just redid it, but really well, those are the ones that I love.
Yeah.
Since I've Been Loving You is probably my favorite.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. That's
All
definitely
right. Quiz time over. Actually, not over. There's one later too.
Yes.
okay.
So what have you been up to?
Yeah.
I think you mentioned yesterday you were doing some video for something, and it seems like you've been doing a lot of video like in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I've been really, and that was one of the things during the pandemic. I couldn't really, do much with tattooing. I had to get my license in Oregon, which was a really strenuous process. And if anybody else And the industry knows that. It's like, yeah, I don't want to get licensed in Oregon. They just like drive up to Vancouver and tattoo up there because it's literally like, I don't even want to get into it. But yeah, so it took me forever to get my tattoo license, which I got that. I did that.
Yeah.
The video stuff was helping really fill that time up while I had that lapse of my license. And I was working with my buddy JC, who does Triangles Around Us. That's his little production, or not little, but it's a production company. And we had a makeup artist named Kat. She goes like Cat Monster. She's incredible. Her stuff is amazing. And she does these really super creepy goth drag shows.
Oh, wow.
And she just did a Nosferatu one, and it's like frightening how great she is at this. So I was really happy to have new opportunities with new people and to, you know, do something silly.
Yeah.
Like purely silly. And, you know, I like going into the woods and like taking a bunch of mushrooms and then lighting up a place with all the crazy, like, and then putting the crazy animals on the walls. We had to take a Live, Laugh, Love style cabin and turn it into an acid freak show.
A nightmare. That was,
yeah.
So this is the Tigers on Opium video?
No, actually, Tigers on Opium is JC's band.
Oh, okay.
We are talking about the Pike versus the Automaton.
That
Alien,
one
video.
Alien Slut Mum. That one.
Yes.
Yeah, so I did the production on that with also one of the her name's Phoenix Wolf, and she worked with Blackwater Holy Light to do Jizz Witch, that song. So she's very like artful and has like a really good sense of like, you know, design and things. So we had her on staff, and it was really like again refreshing to have new eyes in the room. So it wasn't just me being a control freak and being like, this goes there, that goes there, let me do everything.
Yeah, that video was wild.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild.
There was a lot of mushrooms, a lot of long evenings of just, lots of, you know, we were just stoned and laughing and like took a lot of hard work, a lot of good timing. And we had a really terrible, because you know how the Pacific Northwest is. It gets super rainy.
Yeah.
So you can't fly a drone in the rain. So we had like 3 days out of 5. It took us 5 days to film that, like, because we were so out. I don't know. It was a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. And a lot of people who are not that easy to control, I would imagine. I've been in a room with a few of them.
Yeah.
I mean, Billy, I think the best.
I wasn't calling Billy out specifically.
No.
But maybe I was.
No. I'm saying Billy was like the most controlled out of everybody. Him and Chief were totally like on point. Like Chief was like, he's always perfect. I love that guy. He's a wonderful, wonderful person. And like, he just was excited to like transform into a monster. And like, everybody picked their own monster that they wanted. And I really felt like that embodied like each person. And of course, Billy is just the guy who got abducted. And but yeah, I mean, we had a lot of different ideas going through some people's heads. There was a lot of knives that came out, and there was a lot of weapons, and I was like, we did not write that into the script, but okay. Like,
Yeah.
Please don't
I was
hurt one
like,
another.
yeah, we made sure I was definitely production, so I was doing lots of safety protocol. Everyone, I would not kill our actual people.
Make sure the prop guns aren't real guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a version of that video where like at some point the camera zooms out and like the production of the video becomes the story, and then it all starts to turn real, and you have like a full movie about these people who set out to make a wild video, and then it all started actually happening.
Turned into a horror
Yeah.
movie.
Well, that was totally exactly what. Yeah, we were, because with the concept was really fun. Like I was like, what's the most maybe like not Scooby-Doo-ish, but like what would be appropriate for this? And I was like, what are the things that come to mind? It's like alien abduction, you know, just fun ideas that, you know, like movies are made about the Wolfman.
Yeah.
And like the Creature of the Black Lagoon, like referencing that type of stuff, you know, and then making it more of like, oh, let's make fun of a lot of really crazy people right now, like everything that you could possibly think of. But like we tried to keep it to the 4 creatures, and I was the alien slut mom, just letting you know.
Oh, good.
I was the alien that popped up. I was just like I was in the back window. And I was also the person who was driving all crazy. I mean, that Tacoma is so awesome off-road. And I was like driving that thing like 45 miles an hour on dirt road. I was like, oh, yeah. So
That's amazing.
it was really fun.
Was this somebody's cabin or was it just like an Airbnb?
Oh, it's an Airbnb. They had no idea what we were doing.
Oh, that's why you had to transform the live, laugh, love Airbnb. They loved it. Those Airbnb people love those word signs.
Oh, they love to shop at Michael's for all of their home decorating needs.
Yeah, home goods. It was
Or home goods, yeah.
Yeah.
Better that than Hobby Lobby. I've been to a Hobby Lobby once in my life, and it's all those signs, but they're all like super Christian-y. So
oh yeah.
So then
As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Mormon Jesus everywhere, bro Jesus.
White Jesus.
White.
Oh, that's the whitest Jesus I've ever seen.
Oh, have you ever seen Mormon Jesus, like the painting?
I have actually, because there's a place in Portland called Deseret, which
Deseret.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and there's a place there, and you know, it's just a hand-me-down Goodwill style place.
Yep.
And they had a whole stack like this tall. I've got it somewhere. It is ridiculous, of all the Mormon doctrine, but in pictures.
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh.
scary looking.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Mormon Jesus is very white.
Yeah,
It's super white.
in case you don't know what we're talking about, I'm gonna go ahead and throw Mormon Jesus up on the screen.
Look at that. Does that one on the right have blue eyes?
It's like my Uncle Carl. What's that?
Yep.
So where is he from again?
Montana.
Montana.
Jesus was born in Montana.
I remember one time dropping my kid off for a play date, and they opened the door, and the first thing I saw hanging on the wall was the one on the right.
It was the big white Jesus in the red robe.
And I was just like, okay, I'll be back here in 90 minutes exactly. Maybe I'll stick around in the driveway.
Before the proselytizing
Yeah,
begins.
before the indoctrination starts.
Yep.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm watching a really terrifying show on Hulu called
Under the Banner of Heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah. It's funny
Definitely
too, because
not every Mormon is like that, obviously.
No, but the thing is that people are like, "Oh, it's over the top," and I'm like, "No, there are Mormons that are like that." For
Yeah.
real.
Well, there
like,
are.
I grew up with them.
Yeah, they're called the FLDS.
Yeah. Well, even the detective that's just Mormon, but he's not FLDS.
Yeah,
He's
he's really
a real oddball,
brother.
but yeah, hey
Yeah.
brother, hey sister.
Guess I need to watch this.
Yeah,
It's really great. I mean, it really like opens up yourself to that area. Like nobody really understood it that much. And you know, there's these crazy people that commit polygamy or whatever. And then you get to the nitty gritty. And then like as a woman watching it, I'm just like,
No.
you are not gonna do that to me.
Well, tell everyone about the Afterlife Jeep service, JD.
the afterlife.
I see your eyes.
This was a real thing, and it was the white vans. And so, like, basically, the Mormons, they could pay to be into this service that every month you would pay. And when the rapture happened, these white vans would come and pick you up, and they would take you somewhere safe with the rest of your Mormon friends and family.
So
But you had to pay for it for every year up until the rapture.
Hey,
That's a racket.
Smart.
Right?
If you look at it from capitalist, that is genius.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Get somebody to pay a membership fee every month for something that's never gonna happen.
There's no. They have one white van in a garage somewhere, and someone who's good at Photoshop. Just
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
here's our fleet of white vans. I just realized that my hat. If you're watching this on video, I got a new starving
I
musician
thought
hat.
something. I'm sorry, my brain is all fried. I'm still getting caffeinated. Yeah, you kind of keep like going into the background.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. See, what color is
The
it?
underside
Because
is
the
green.
underside of the brim is green.
Hat? No hat.
Ah,
So it's
Hat? No
so it's
hat.
green screening. That's so weird.
well, it's
you-
good thing that I don't have a green screen because I would just look like a face.
Yeah.
Oh my god! If you just had the parts of your hair that were brown and none of the other hair, that would be insane.
That'd
It'd be like-
amazing.
And then like it all blends in. Oh my god.
Oh, it's lovely, by the way.
Thank you. Oh, what's up?
Oh no. Keep going. Talk it
I
up.
didn't know it like glue in the dark. Apparently.
Your
On
hair glows in
stage,
the dark.
well, on stage, I think they like purposely do this now. They put blue lights on me, and my hair lights up like it like it's the only thing you can see on stage.
That's awesome.
It's crazy. I
So-
feel so like a Q-tip or something.
So you've played some shows. What was it? How did it feel? First time back on stage.
I was nervous. I definitely I was shaking, and I was like, hey, I normally don't have like anything really to drink beforehand. I don't really eat beforehand, but
Oh, of course not.
yeah, no. You have
No.
to have that 4-hour window of just like I'm gonna
No
freak
rumblies. No rumblies on stage.
No, yeah, no rumblies. I don't rumble. I make cupcakes.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, I was super nervous, and Lord Dying had a hiatus because our boy Chris had their first child.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah, we call him Baby Man.
Baby man.
Yeah, Baby Man. He's adorable, and Chris has never been happier. But to respect, the pregnancy and the process and how delicate that can be, like we just decided like we were never gonna put Chris and his family in any danger at all of
Yeah.
COVID. So we had to have a long, and even after that long hiatus, it was we ended up playing 2 new tracks that we were able to bust out within about a month or so of the show at the last
Ceremony of Sludge.
Mm.
Yeah, it was the last one, and it was at High Water Mark, which I love playing the High Water Mark. It's like my resident venue, I guess. But it was nerve-wracking, and we kind of all looked at each other like, oh wow, this is really happening again. Like, this is crazy. Looking forward to doing more, and we have 3 shows coming up with Bongzilla and Zeke.
Ooh,
I saw that.
damn.
Like, what?
Hell yeah.
That's
Like,
awesome.
yeah, I remember
Local?
jumping on a trampoline when I was like 10, listening to Zeke. Be like, tell that boy, tell that boy, tell that boy. Yeah, my God, that band. I can't wait to play with them.
Yeah, we had.
I love Bongzilla too, don't get me wrong, but I love Zeke. That's
Yeah, we
fun.
had Marky on. I don't know, maybe like a year ago.
Yeah, probably
And
like a year ago.
He was rad. He was exactly what you would expect.
Yep.
Which is like good stories, but like kind of a little quiet. But it's one of the most listened to episodes. 'Cause I think
People love Zeke.
people love Zeke. Like there's deep love. We saw them a couple years ago. Well, no, probably more like 5
Yeah,
years
it was
ago
like 5 years ago.
because we lost 2.5 years. A couple years before the pandemic, we saw them.
Yeah.
In town, and it was fun, man. And that's just like you can't not have fun.
Yeah.
Pedal to the
I-
metal.
Yeah, Jeff Matz actually went and did a couple shows with them in Seattle.
I saw that.
Yeah, I actually didn't know he was doing. I didn't even know the shows were happening. I would have loved to have gone and seen that, but they had a wonderful time, and yeah, I mean, they're such a great. I'm stoked.
Yeah.
That's in like not even 2 weeks.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I saw those flyers and I was like, why am I not up there? It seems like a lot of people are skipping the Bay Area. It's there's not that much coming through here. I'm trying to figure it out. Is it? I don't know what it is, but I've been wishing I was in the Northwest.
Well, we're probably hiding away from. We're not. I don't know. There's not really that big of. I mean, there's some bigger tours like Mastodon and Opeth went through.
We
right?
went to that.
We went to that.
I'm talking about kind of like, you know.
Look, yeah.
Down. You know.
More punk rock DIY.
More DIY.
More DIY.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
maybe it's just because there is
drive.
less control. Like those bigger venues have more control over, you know, who can come and who can't, and how they monitor it, and how they can keep the band safe. You know, because the band can still hang out back. You know, a lot of the smaller venues.
Everybody.
No room. Nope.
No
out there with everybody else.
We actually when the Pipe versus the Automaton shows happened in Seattle, our buddy Michael Freiberger, who I love very much, who
Satanic Royalty Records.
Shout out to Mr. Freiberger.
Thank you for our new Sandrider records.
Oh, did he release that?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah, we got two copies.
I saw that. Yeah, I love that guy. He changed I don't know if he helped build it up with Barhouse to do the venue in the back. But there was definitely no backstage at all, and there was a garage though. And I was just gear momming back there. I was like, you put that there, you put that there. And there was like one chair, and then like Matt was sitting back all the way.
Gear
and
momming.
like, yeah, gear mom. Yeah.
I like that.
Tour mom, gear mom.
Did you go out to Port Angeles for the show at the Devil's Lunchbox?
I did not, because I had to work.
Yes. Work.
You know, tattooing. It's kind of my thing. But I did not go to the Port Angeles shows, or the Tacoma, or the Bellingham. But I heard the Port Angeles show was fantastic. They even built out this. Was it Port Angeles? They built out the stage, I think. Extra?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So John,
Tacoma.
who's in Teepee Creeper, well, he used to be. I think they have a new name now. Has like a restaurant in Port. And if you've ever been to Port Angeles, it is a weird little place because it feels like it exists to ferry people to Vancouver and Vancouver Island. It's just like a little port town right at the very top end of like the peninsula where the Olympia National Forest is. And we drove all the way there and took the ferry to Vancouver Island, and it's such a weird little place. But like I can imagine anything that shows up of interest at all, like the entire town probably comes because
it's one of those.
Nothing ever happens there.
Yep, and everybody was super stoked. They're like, dude, nothing happens here. We are so stoked that you did this. And it seems like more people are going to start going out there.
Yeah, I mean,
that's awesome.
I mean, it's unbelievably gorgeous because, like, you look one way and there's like Vancouver Island, and then you turn around and there's these like towering snow-covered mountains behind you. It's absolutely beautiful, and then the ocean essentially in front of you.
The ocean's cool.
The ocean's pretty sweet.
I love the ocean. So, what was on your Instagram the other day? You posted a picture of you singing on stage with a band.
Oh, you mean screaming my face off with Piper the Automaton?
You vocally. Is that what that was for?
Oh, okay. Yeah, totally.
That was one of those shows. Okay.
Yeah, it was. I was so Okay, I'm gonna be very honest and truthful about how nervous I get before I go on stage. It was my first time being without an instrument.
Oh God, that's terrifying.
Yeah, and I'm in a sold out crowd in Seattle.
Yeah.
And I know it's one song. It's fine. So I kind of got a little bit of liquid courage. And by a little bit, I mean way too much. And and I will also be very honest about this too. One of my really, really, really dear friends named Little Dave, who was one of my like tattoo like not mentors, but he was like my dude. He passed away that same week.
I'm sorry.
And I know it sucked. It sucked so much. And I thought I could hold on to like myself. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to do this show, but I can't like function right now because my brain is just fried and I feel so defeated by this.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then I kind of was just like, I'm going to Irish funeral this. I'm going to Irish funeral in front of everybody. And I didn't even care. I completely let loose harder than I've ever done, to the point where I was blowing my voice out. And I was like, this is probably gonna sound terrible, but like, it sounded like Seth Putnam at first. Like, that's how irate I was. And I didn't know how to like control it anymore because I was just feeling it so bad. Yeah. Video of it, and I'm just gnawing. Like I didn't know anybody else was in the room. I just like, like, because I felt it. Like I needed that, and that song was written like kind of like a spoof on hardcore that Matt and John were doing one day. And I came home and I was not having it that day. I ripped the mic off of the Matt's rig because they were demoing it. I ripped the mic off the rig and I was like, keep going. Ah! Like I
love how the sound keeps.
Zoom is not happy with your
the
screaming.
Zoom filter keeps like trying to, they're like, oh, I need to compensate for whatever's happening right now.
Oh, it probably is gonna sound horrible. It's all like, yeah.
Well, it even just cut out completely. It's like, no, we're not having this.
I did.
Yeah. There's a way to turn on.
I'm sorry.
filter.
Wait.
No,
no. Well, there's you can turn on natural sound too. Wait. Look.
Did it work?
The first half, and then it cut off.
Wow.
There's
so funny.
Yeah, there's a version of Zoom audio where they don't try to like compress and noise cancel and stuff, but that's fine.
It's okay. But I mean, yeah. So the first time, I guess the other part that's pretty embarrassing is I don't think anybody even saw this, but I will tell some folks. I screamed so hard. And I lost I have no, like when you haven't played in a long time, your energy level is just strange. Like you don't have it like you used to. And I got off the stage, I like fell down.
Like blacked
immediately.
out.
I was like, here, let me put on my jacket. Look, and that. I mean, I didn't pass out and like really hurt myself, but I like fell. I like kind of had a spell.
It's like probably like adrenaline dump, like you get through it and then like adrenaline kicks in and then it wears off and you're just done.
Yeah, I like I've never had that happen to me before where I just like dropped and because usually I'm just ripping shit off stage immediately, like gotta get out done,
Yeah.
But you're calmer when you're playing an instrument, even if you're like Dillinger Escape Plan or something. Those guys have it in them to be able to be like, all right, cool, let's hug everybody afterwards and our shit off, but they're going crazy, but you get used to it after a while. This was just, wow, I'm really not in shape for the music stuff. I need to work on this. So
I'm a little freaked out. We haven't played any shows and I think we just booked something for July as a first show. Ooh. And since we talked, I had a weird thing happen to me last summer. I had a weird like medical incident that now fucks with my balance. And so, ear
stuff. In your ear?
Uh-huh.
I had the same thing. I actually started getting a vertigo and getting car sickness. So like on tour, that's fun.
Yeah, no, I had 3 days of vertigo where I couldn't stand up or keep any food down. And then I did nerve damage in my left ear, so I have like tinnitus and a little bit of hearing loss and a permanent it's like I have a cold all the time, sort of like the level of cloudiness and dizziness that I feel. And so I've been practicing sitting down. It's like shit. I need to like practice standing up. I'm not gonna sit down on stage.
Sit on stage.
And I'm fine, but it's only when I like am not focused on what I'm looking at. Like if I lose focus, then I'll like start to, and so I'm gonna wipe out on stage. Yeah,
Just do like, that.
Yeah. I think that's probably the answer, but but it was like, man, I'm gonna have to start not sitting down and playing for a while, so that I can make sure I can actually do this. So
yeah, sorry.
I'm looking forward to it though. Like I need to like not playing for a while with the band and now playing with the band. That like fills one part of the need, but not the part where you play in front of people. That's a different. Like playing the music is one thing, and then playing it for people is a different kind of energy.
It's true.
So I'm stoked to do it, but we'll see how it goes.
You guys did do a private show for me once.
Yeah, JD came to practice.
Ran through like 2 songs.
Yeah.
I felt special.
You did.
That was real nice. That was real nice, Jim.
Well, and it was funny. Last week we had Todd Severin from Ripple Music on. He runs that label, and we were talking about genre stuff, and he's like, you know what I've never heard before? Stoner Billy. And I was like, huh, interesting, because like rockabilly, like roots rock stoner, and that's kind of exactly what we're writing right now.
Good. There you go.
So I sent him a practice track, and he's all, holy shit.
Stoner Billy.
Yeah, it's just like Carl just went deep down a rabbit hole of listening to Elvis and everything that led to Elvis, and then we're just writing this weird fucking like 50s rock as if the Melvins were playing it. And it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to people hearing it because it's pretty.
I'm looking forward to that. I love that.
It's pretty jarring.
Jarring?
Yeah, it's like, even better.
Yeah.
like Carl backed off on the gain. He's playing a little cleaner, but so I overcompensated and amped it up, so the bass tone is like really wild, and the guitar is like a lot cleaner. So you can hear all those like, because they pop little notes out in the chords they play. So they'll pop out one note that's not the root, and when everything's distorted, it's harder to hear that. But when he backs off on the gain a little bit, those notes pop out a little bit more. It's fun.
I'm looking forward to that. Send it my way when you got some tracks for me.
Oh yeah. Oh, I will. Is it that's a good one. So when you're in the writing process, and you like recording demos in the practice room or whatever, how hard is it when you've got something that you think is like fucking amazing, not to just send it to everyone in the world, but to like hold on to it till you can keep polishing it and get a good like my urge is always like, oh my god, look at this stuff, and just like send everyone every version of everything we've ever done, but it doesn't usually go that way. They listen to it and they go, yeah, that's nice, like maybe finish it a little bit more.
Well, there was a whole lot of that going on in the house for years. I'd be working on something, and I was doing that cover series, and then I like kind of just put the kibosh on it. I liked them, and everybody was doing covers at that time because it was fun to do. But like, I was getting really meticulous about, it was like, dude, I don't hear that like one frequency, and I'm just like, they're like, do you hear it now? And Matt's like, dude, like, it sounds exactly the same. And I'm like, well, it's got this in it. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, he's like, you were literally up there for like 4 or 5 hours doing this one part over and over again. Like, just like the engineering part of it, to make it sound perfect. But I try not to show people until I know that it's really there.
Yeah.
And like all the Pipe versus the Automaton stuff, that started driving me crazy. I was like, man, by the time this album comes out, I'm never going to want to listen to this ever again. But that's not true. That's not true. That was in the studio and stuff, like, Billy, he's amazing like that. And him and I have a really good rapport when it comes to recording. I'm usually a 1-2 take person.
Yep. That's the way he likes it too.
Oh, exactly. And we're both bass cadets, so yeah, bass players union.
Yep.
Get it done.
Get
her done.
Seriously. if it took you more than 2 takes, what are you doing? It's like we're not recording cynic music, you know what I mean? It's not like I have to be a virtuoso. We're just laying it's the easiest job in the studio, and if anybody says otherwise, they're lying.
I don't know, actually, this new stuff that we're working on with We're Dying. I don't know if I'm even like supposed to announce like who we're working with. I haven't got clearance from the record label or anything, but I mean,
I love the butts in there. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to, but
No,
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna say that we are going to be recording with somebody who I've always really super admired, and once Eric and Chris like are cool with saying whatever, then I don't want to blow it off anything.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, but the stuff that Chris and Eric have been writing for the new We're Dying, and I remember Chris gave me this face. He goes, "Oh, this is basically an all bass driven song." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Just wait."
Nice.
And Chris is not a simple writer at all.
Yeah, no.
Fantastic, dynamic, learned, like great, amazing guitar player. And he knows how to play all the instruments, and he can write all the time. And he just makes that face at me, and I'm just like, I'm gonna kill you, dude.
Oh shit. Well, if
if
the last record is if it keeps going down the same path that last record was going down, then it could get wild. Not surprised at all.
Yeah.
So and he's like, "You can do it," and I'm like, "Can I?"
Yeah, you can.
Can you say when you're going into the studio?
In August. And
Nice.
I'll give one hint.
What city?
What?
I said what city?
Yeah, I'll give you one hint and
There we
just
go.
say anything afterward.
Okay.
Salem, Massachusetts.
Okay.
All right, that answers that.
I didn't say anything.
Time to give Chris Johnson a call.
Yeah.
That's my buddy.
Yeah, you friends with Chris?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
He's amazing.
He played my basement, and I did the artwork for Riff Cannon and
That's
Summoner.
right. That's right. You did do that. Fuck.
Mhm.
God, he's the best dude. He did an episode after you too, and we want to grab him again. Such a just like fun, sweet. I want to talk to him about how they got through that whole fucking tour without having to cancel any shows and without anybody testing positive. Like, it's so wild to watch tours, and it, like, some people just like thread the needle and have no problems, and some people just fucking run into brick walls, every other show with people getting sick. And I want to know what the difference is.
Well, I can say that when I went to see him in Death Heaven, they were really good about, like, wait for me.
Yep.
They got backstages. They have security. They have like a no friends in the back policy, and I'm not saying they did, but like most bands that are doing it quite successfully have not been, hey, let's do this interview, let's do this, let's invite these people in. No, like,
let's go hang at the bar before, keeping it tight.
It's like the crew is way more tight. They're like, like Randy Blythe from Lamb of God came and hung out with Matt one day, and he's like, I was like, I'm gonna come hang out with you, but we can't have you in the backstage. Like, we can't do that. And Matt's like, I am not going in that crowd. Like, I would get punished so bad. And I'm like, yeah, well, okay, guess we're not gonna go see Lamb of God now, but okay. But I think that's really a lot of the secret, is that people really do try to keep their distance. They do wear masks, and they have staff that wear masks, and sanitizing, and the smaller clubs, obviously there's no backstage and stuff, so it's a lot harder.
Yeah, I think it does. I think a lot of it really does come down to the venue.
Yeah,
I think I never really gave that much thought until now, but it makes sense if you have a venue that can put those measures in place.
Well, and willpower too, because it's like, if the venue doesn't have a backstage, just go sit in the van, or go find somewhere. But who wants to? Oh God, it sucks so bad. And part of what's great about touring around is seeing people and talking to people, and so that you have to balance the like natural urge to do the normal stuff with what you need to do to keep safe. And like our friends in Moontooth have been on tour with Dance Gavin Dance for like the last month. Every show has gone off, no problem.
Yeah.
Like they managed to get through the whole thing, and I'm sure it's a similar situation.
Well, it's great. I mean, also, I'll be honest, I've had COVID twice now since I've seen him.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
How was it?
How was it each
great.
time?
It was great.
Well, the first time, I didn't even know what this was, and please no one get mad at me because we literally had no idea what it was. When we were on tour with Obituary and Black Label Society, all of us started getting pretty sick, and we didn't know what was going on. We were like, oh, the tour flu. We all had tour flu at one point or another. This was so different. Like, both Chris and I were on stage. I forget what city. I feel like we were in, God, we brought it to Canada, I'm sure. No, we didn't do that. It wasn't our fault.
Nobody knew yet.
It's already there. But it was tough because we really didn't know, we didn't understand what this was. And this was back in February and March. So in 2000, and then we got stopped on March 13th or 14th was our last show, I think. Yeah. And yeah, Chris and I were literally dying on stage. And then Kevin got it, and he was dying, and we were just sleeping in the van hard. Like, and Eric, I know why, because he's been to every country ever. So
he's already had everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
he's probably impervious to Ebola at this point. Like, I don't, like he could survive that way better. And he has a lot of different vaccinations too from different countries. So I think he was a lot more well equipped than us. But Chris and I were quite literally locking eyes and going, do you want to die? He's like, yep, I'm dying right now. We got 25 minutes, and then we got to pull all our shit off the stage. And I was like, I already told the staff, pick that thing up, because I can't. I'm dead. And like, I felt so bad afterwards because I didn't know what was happening and what it was. And like, a lot of the crew got really sick, except for Obituary.
Huh.
Interesting.
Tour hardened.
Yes.
I love them. I love Obituary so much. Yeah.
And then a second time you managed to get it?
Oh yeah. That was right before Psycho Las Vegas, and everybody was like pissed that I even said anything about it. And I was like, why? You should be aware of the fact that it still exists, guys. It's still here. It didn't go anywhere. And so, I mean, it kind of worked out in our favor where we had it like a week before, and it was all because of this motor, what was it? Like classic car show. It was just overrun with people, and they were kind of just all up on each other, breathing on each other. And I'm like, whoa, oh my God, we got to get out of here. And we left. And then sure enough, a couple days later, we both Matt and I were like crawling to it. Oh, like, what do we do? Like, holy shit, I think we're going to have to cancel everything. Fuck. And then, and that was really true. Like, we were scared. We were really scared that we were going to, and we had to, actually, I made a phone call to a registered nurse at OHSU to explain infection and all of that, to reassure people that this was not like, we were doing everything we needed to, and we were not going to put anybody in jeopardy. And we ended up with this super immunity, so we were just hugging everybody at Psycho. So it was like, probably looked bad, but it was a special circumstance for us. So,
well, I think people are aware now of like the super immunity, because the Bay Area went through it, like that January wave, and then everyone who hadn't gotten it got it. And so like we went to San Francisco one weekend, and people were partying so hard because it was like, we're either vaccinated or we all had it, so fuck it, let's just that's my plan. We're going to Psycho this year, and I'm either going to get my booster shortly before we go, or I'm going to get the virus.
Get boosted.
One way or the other, I'm going to be super immune for Psycho, because I don't want to fuck around.
No, that's the thing. I was like, I never would ever want to have anybody be subjected, and like that's the rule. Like, we're all musicians, right? We are not trying to kill you. We are not Death Block. All right.
Yeah.
It's not.
There's only one band out there who wants you dead.
Yeah.
We don't want to kill you. We swear. And so we do all these things, and we try so hard. And the venues try, like some venues try harder than others. But
Yeah.
and some bands, I think most bands are in agreement that, like, you know, it's real and it happened, and most of us have kind of got it, or like some of us have just lucked out and just didn't get it at all. And you know, it's a crazy weird world to navigate, and everybody's just got to have those patience that we had before with everything, and be like, oh well, it canceled.
Yep.
Like, not gonna see. Yeah.
Empathy. Like, care for other people. You know, just the little things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like there was a lot of shows that were getting canceled too, because bands would show up and the venue had no precautions in place.
Yeah.
So like they would cancel day of.
Be like, no, we're not.
No, we're not playing.
We're not
Sorry.
doing this.
Yeah.
Or the venues can't staff because everybody's sick, just like everything else. They just can't find anyone to work.
Yeah, it's chaos. It's absolute chaos. I mean, most of the people that I've talked to that have done the tours, like when I saw Nothing, actually I kind of felt bad for the staff at Mississippi Studios, because they were trying really hard, and Nothing always has like a billion people we all know, like, or like in town or whatever. That band has a bunch of people they know in whatever town, because they're such, here I go talking about Nothing again.
We love them. So glad they're playing at Psycho.
Yeah,
I know. They are and Doyle's in the band, and actually a friend of ours is now playing drums for them, and I'll let them announce that. That's their deal. But like, one of my really good all-time amazing people I know, who had a band called 1994 ! From Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Look it up. It's wonderful, crazy mathy shit. I've seen him in like kitchens and like standing on top of counters, like, yeah, like perfect, awesome two-piece band. So that drummer is now going to be playing for Nothing, and I'm really excited for them. And Doyle from Cloakroom. You know that band, Cloakroom?
I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Indiana or Illinois.
There's sort of like a rotating cast of characters.
Yeah, always. Yeah. No, that's great. Last time you were on, you actually reminded me of like, oh yeah, shit, Nothing. It was like one of those bands that was like, you go through a phase, you listen to them a ton, and then years go by, and then you're like, oh yeah, them, that's right. But yeah, that new album, when you showed off that new album, I was like, I should pick that up, and then I did, and I listened to it constantly,
nonstop.
Yeah, they got a Grammy nod too. I was like, oh, you guys deserved it so bad.
I know. And it was like all those things that were nominated this year, and then what they picked was just like, really?
Who ended up winning this year?
The Prague, it
was like, it was Dream Theater.
Dream Theater.
That's right.
It's like, whatever. They put in a lot of work. I'll give them that. They like carried a certain kind of torch for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But God, there were 4 other things. Basically everything I would have voted for.
Everything else.
But it was like those old voters are like, oh, I've heard of that band. Yeah. Dream Theater.
Yep.
Yeah, that's totally what happens. They're like looking through the 150 different categories, and you're like, I know that band. Yep. I know that band. I know the producer for that band. I know
name.
The production. I know the PR guy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And as we learned from talking to my buddy Chris Hughes, who's a Grammy voter, they don't screen them for anything. They just decide what categories they want to vote for.
Yeah.
It's totally up to the voters.
That's
insane.
I mean, Matt's in the Academy, so he's always just like, nothing. Oh yeah, I forgot. I there was one thing I had said. Shoot, the one thing about venues, and I'll give them a lot of credit. Some venues limit the amount of people on your guest list, not to piss you off, but to make sure that you're not like flooding everybody with like too much love.
Right.
And, like, you know what I mean? Like lots of, being in the backstage. I wanted to just say that Mississippi Studios has been doing a great job at that. They've been really taking a lot of care, and I advocate for that venue. High Watermark, also checking Vax cards. And then, everybody's really still wearing some masks and things too. It's like kind of up in the air. I'll be honest, I'm not. But again, I feel super immune. So I just wanted to clear that before we've done.
Come out to not just the Bay Area, but Santa Clara County, where we are specifically. They lifted the mask mandate, and I don't think behavior. Yeah. I mean, relative to the rest of the world, behavior hasn't really changed that much. And and we've got a huge spike going on right now because a lot of people are just over it, and it's like, fuck, man, we just have to do some normal shit, and this is the consequence. But we're in little bubbles here, I think, in Portland and in the Bay Area, where behavior is a lot different than it is in other parts of the country and the world, from what I've heard talking to people who have been out and about.
This is true. This is true.
All right.
Should we listen to music?
Yeah, it's music time.
Yeah, sorry. We're just catching up.
For sure.
That's exactly.
No. Oh, I even saw you in person. I forgot about that. When we went last spring on a college tour to go check out all this, believe it or not, she's almost done with her freshman year of college now, and that was a trip to decide where she was going to go to school. I was in Portland, and we caught up at Mad Hannah.
Yeah.
Out on the
Nice.
Yeah.
Out on the patio. Had some nachos.
You outed me.
Seems like there's more.
All my stalkers are gonna come look for me and be like, "Hey."
Is that your place? That's your hangout?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's so my place that like when the pandemic was going on, they only had the patio open, and I loved it. And I just sat out there with my smoking blanket, and because it was cold as shit. But I just sit out there, chain smoke, and be like, "This world really not working now." Like, but I wrap myself in my smoking blanket, and I just sit there on my iPad and draw and like do a bunch of different things like with my iPad. And they were like, "Hey, you should do a shirt for us." And I'm like, "Cool, what do you want?" And it's like, Snaggletooth. I'm like, "Oh,
the dog."
Yeah, Lemmy, Motorhead, and the War Pig. And I was like, okay, so I have to change it. I have to do something to change it. So I just put these little charms that have like the Mad Hannah logo and the Blazers logo, and like something else. I can't remember what I replaced it with, but I turned it into a cat instead. So it was like a cute Snaggletooth War Pig cat instead. And it just says Mad Hannah and the Motorhead font, Portland, Oregon. It looks exactly like a Motorhead shirt. And little did I know that one of my neighbors is a guy named Mike, I think, and he was the merch guy for Motorhead and Black Sabbath and
Mike the merch guy.
Yeah.
Faith No More.
Only in Portland.
Oh my God, he stopped dead in his tracks with his kids and his wife, and like he was like, "What? Oh!" And then he like went and explained it and like left his card, and he was like, "Oh, do you know who Alyssa is? Oh, she's married to that guy." And he's like, "Oh, I know exactly who that guy is." And I'm like, "Well, I'm there." and he's like, "Yeah, like let him know." And like I was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing." And then he ended up putting a bunch of tour shirts in Mad Hannah's little convenience store next door. So they were selling original tour shirts from like the early 90s.
Holy shit.
Motorhead. And I picked up the Heaven and Hell one. That one is from 1995 or 6 or something. And then the Live Forever one that I have, the Motorhead, that one's super old too. It's like some jerk would try to sell that for like $400 on eBay.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
And I got it for $20.
Nice.
Dead stock.
Mint condition.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I have one of the sweatshirts of the Motorhead that you drew.
Yep,
Yeah?
totally.
I
Yep.
do.
Yeah, I was super happy. That was a really fun time. That was a really great time hanging out. So, and I did get wasted, didn't I?
Yeah, it was a party. It was a little bit of a party. It was fun. Well, not as much for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had to drive back to the hotel. And...
you should come hang out.
It's so crazy too, because like I got up to leave and went and walked back to my car, and Matt's just walking down the street, and it's just like, only in Portland is this like just what happens.
Yeah.
The people that you see wandering around, and most people would drive by and have no idea, who was walking down the street or what was going on at Mad Hannah. But it like nerds, like metal nerds all over the world would like lose their minds if they knew.
Yeah, this is kind of becoming, I call it the heavy metal retirement community.
It is. It totally is.
We've got the bass player of Cannibal Corpse living here. Chino from the Deftones lives here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a new thing. I didn't even know that was like real. We all, who moved here this time?
Yeah.
Who's here now?
Yeah.
What super group should Portland start? Yeah, and the one person I think you guys would really appreciate the fact. Okay, Spit Sticks from Fear.
Oh wow.
Drummer Fear.
So real retirement community.
Yeah.
No, him and I worked together at an herb shop during the pandemic.
Oh wow.
That's how I met him.
Like herbs, not herbs
Like,
in quotations.
No, not weed, but like actual herbs.
Like actual herbs.
Yeah, like actual herbs.
Herbs and spices.
Shout
That's
out to
awesome.
Herb Stomp. You can order directly online from.
Herb Stomp.
Like curb
They're
stomp.
actually really, really good. I love them, and I actually started loving Kratom after that. And like Tim and I would just talk about all the I was like, oh yeah, what time when I was on Saturday Night Live and John Belushi invited us on? I was like,
I remember that episode.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like actually, I'm really proud of Tim too. He did his there was a Netflix show that he taught the kid for like 4 months how to play drums. Like the actor like really actually learned how to play drums. It wasn't just yeah. And I forgive me, but if you look up Spit Sticks, that's his IMDb.
Was it the one that just came out that Tom Morello did the music for?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually, I mean, it was like
called Death something, or I can't remember what it was called. Metal Lords.
Lords of Metal.
Lords of Metal, something like that.
It was
I think it was Metal Lords. And it's great. I mean, he had so much fun doing it, and he was just talking about it. He's like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna quit this job at this herb shop. I was like, yeah, maybe. I'm working for Netflix. I mean,
seriously.
Yeah.
No, it was like a really sweet, fun, stupid movie, and like easy to get mad at if you want to be like a purist metal asshole.
I
but
saw so many of those people.
It was.
Oh, look, he's really gonna learn how to play the drums in 3 months.
You're like, fuck off, dude. It's a movie. Jesus Christ.
Well, actually, it takes a lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a phrase I have attempted to scrub from my vocabulary.
Yeah.
You want to hear a really bad joke, since I always do bad jokes with you guys?
Sure.
It was like this. Oh shit! I fucked this up already. Where does a mansplainer get his water?
A mansplainer get his water?
I don't know. Where does a mansplainer get his water?
A well, actually.
Oh, we should just end there.
Good night.
I just rubbed my contact out of my eye.
Good job.
Oh no!
I'm gonna go fix that. That's gross.
It's coming back.
It's coming back.
It's coming back.
All right.
I'm not laughing at your misfortune. I'm just... All right. Launch
right.
of the music, I guess.
Get it back.
I'm gonna go fix that.
Okay.
You guys,
You go fix that. We'll riff.
Yeah. Good luck.
We'll vamp.
Good luck.
I don't know if anybody's home, but there's contact solution somewhere.
I don't need that.
Oh, you're just gonna go?
just spit on it.
Just gross.
Just having some technical eye difficulties.
Exactly. You got any other jokes?
Any other jokes? I don't know. I just say a lot of ridiculous things, and then that's a joke in and of itself.
Yeah. Are you guys going to Psycho?
I will be recording.
Oh, that's when you'll be in the studio. Okay.
Yeah, I figured that's why we were able to get in when we did.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is...
All other U.S. heavy bands will be in
I
Vegas.
know. 125 of them in Vegas.
Oh
Have
my
you seen
God.
the lineup though this year?
It's crazy. I was
That's
like, really?
crazy.
We picked now?
Yeah.
I almost kind of want to be like, I'm going to do my bass tracks, and then I'm going to go fly, and then I'm going to come back and then do my vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Like, we got... So, I don't know if you know this, but Chris is, also in Lord Dying, but he's also in the live band for Pike versus the Automaton. And so, Psycho basically asked them to do the show for Pike versus the Automaton, and then it just became like a thing where, oh yeah, we're recording. You can't steal my guitar player. Thank you.
No.
Hard. No.
Mine.
It wasn't even my decision to make necessarily, but they reached out to me, and I was like, so can Pike versus the Automaton? I'm like, no, I'm recording.
Dang. But then you'll lay your tracks down and fly out there.
No,
That'd be
Bass is
amazing.
done. See you guys later.
I'm kidding. I was being facetious. I just love a lot of the bands in this lineup, and Emperor is coming back, supposedly.
Yes, supposedly. Yeah, I had a very outside chance of filling in on bass for one of the bands. The very last band on the bill, at the very bottom right of the bill.
Very bottom right.
The bass player was like not sure he was going to be able to get out of some work thing, so they asked me, in case he doesn't, can you fill in? I was like, fuck yeah, I'll come play bass at Psycho. Like, sure, of course. But no, he got time off work, so now I just have to be a normie.
A normie.
Just regular, no all access pass.
Oh, too bad. That sucks.
At least you don't have to get all like jittery and worried and like be like, oh man, I'm playing on Sunday at like 11 o'clock. How am I going to survive?
The whole no, and know that they'll probably get like the Sunday 2 a.m. slot is the slot they'll probably get.
Oh, they don't even have a 2 a.m. slot because I literally had to go on after Neck Rot.
Yeah,
How?
Enjoy that.
I was like, okay. And Sun is playing in the other room. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
all right. Yeah.
You know what? We were there.
That's a hard spot. Yeah.
We saw that set.
We did.
Yeah, you did.
We went into Sun for a second, and I was just like, I get it. It's not for me.
This is cool.
So I'm fine.
We got a lot of the I get it, it's not for me crowd. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is more my style.
Yeah, much more. Everybody for Sun was like laying on the floor, and I was just like, what is going on
There was
here?
a lot of people looked like they had yoga mats.
Yeah, it was weird.
They were all like, this is what I do at home on acid, which I totally have done. Okay, I admit to this. I took a couple hits of acid one time, and I put on a black cloak, ordered a bunch of Chinese food for some reason, and I shut all the lights off, and I just blasted Black One with the first one with Attila on it. And I was in there, like, I'll do an example here. I was in
Like all the act outs.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like that. And my room, one of my roommates came home and thought somebody was practicing in the basement and immediately went up the stairs, did not realize this black cloaked freak was worshiping Sun, blasting through these like tube amp speakers. Oh my God, it was so ungodly loud. And they were like, are you okay? And I'm like, the cat's trying to steal my soul. Like, true story.
You should just put cameras up in the house and just film everything and then just go back and edit together. Just like,
who was it that we had on that was getting tattooed by Alyssa at the house that showed up and was hanging out?
Oh, that
was downstairs, and Matt came in and was like, "Who the fuck are you?"
From Revolver, the drummer for Spotlights, Chris Enriquez.
Oh, Chris Enriquez. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That was so funny. Yeah, Spotlights came to the house, and Chief was actually tattooing upstairs, and in my little studio, and yeah, it was like after a Melvin show. It was super fun.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Chris told that story from his perspective, and it was quite funny.
I'm wondering. I'll have to revisit that.
Yeah. Have you pulled that one out as a short video? Like,
no, I haven't.
Oh,
but I should.
You should pull that one out. That was a good one.
Okay, good, because it's pretty. I remember that night being pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he does too.
I think he does too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
All right.
So we said we'd listen to music 20 minutes ago, and then I mentioned coming to Portland, and here we are.
Yeah.
All right. What are we doing first?
This band is called Rose Neath.
Rose Neath. Okay. That's the name.
The cover looks very
happy.
It looks happy. I think we're
Shine.
Or those virus particles.
I don't know, but I think we're gonna get shoegaze.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So let's see. The song is called "Say Never," and the band is Rose Neath.
It's another Richmond, Virginia band.
Oh, is it really?
It's got to be adjacent to Dumbwaiter.
All right. Well, let's give it a try.
All right.
Huh. All right, we're 1 minute in.
I really like that.
I do too. Man, the 90s are back.
Oh yeah, they're so back. But I you know what's really odd about everybody really getting into shoegaze now? You know, like all the emo kids.
Yeah.
It's kind of now becoming like a new version of like emo. Like it's just a little bit more accessible sounding.
Completely.
And yeah, I actually really liked when it got to the chorus or the verse part was like a little bit less like emo sounding vocally.
Yeah.
Music's good. I actually really like that.
I do too.
Yeah, that's cool.
We got the full, I guess, emo experience when we went to Swanfest.
Emo-core.
We went to Swanfest in Sacramento. So like Dance Gavin Dance. Who are the bands that would?
Who are the bands?
It was like a whole genre of heavy music that I completely missed, where it's like good guy, bad guy. There's like a screamer and a singer. And it's all like at the Mars Volta register. It's like it's all high pitched. It was an insane weekend of, an insane day of.
It was really interesting. But then there was a few like hardcore bands randomly on there.
Yeah, Kubla Khan, TX, they were fucking rad.
Oh, they were hardcore, literally.
They were literally.
No, this is good. But yeah, like the emo really stands out, especially in the vocals.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I would like if they wanted to continue doing this, maybe like I mean that's their own thing. That's their own.
Let's scoot forward a little bit.
Yeah, let's hear it. Is this Say Never? Is this the
This is Say Never.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is an echoey hall.
Oh yeah. It's pretty emo.
Yeah. So I would say for the singer, like for like vocal phrasing and tone and even register, like lean into the parts of your voice that sound more like Robert Smith and less like the guy from Blink-182. like
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right there. It seems a little forced, you know.
Yeah, but I do like it.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
I like the direction it's going. Like I think that it will if I heard it loud, like live, and it was like really loud, I could, and maybe the vocals drowned out a little bit, but that verse stuff is fine.
Yeah, it's great.
That part's fine vocally, but like I think the kind of chorusy stuff is a little too like, oh yeah, you're my girl, yeah. Like like why would you hate me? Like So.
And also on your Bandcamp page, are you aware that your digital album is in US dollars, but then the merch is in pounds? Are we fooling people because we don't know that 8 pounds is more than $8?
Oh, this is interesting. Why is that?
I don't know. You're from Richmond, Virginia, right?
Why would you put it up as pounds?
Either an accident.
Hi.
That's weird. Huh. Interesting.
So will it do the calculation for me?
It looks like it's only 2 guys.
Maybe.
Brian and Jason.
Yeah, look at that. 8 British pounds is $9.99. So maybe they're just being cheeky.
Interesting.
That's my guess.
I mean gaze
10
is very British.
It is.
Yeah. All right. Well, this album comes out in July, the full album. Looks like there's 3 songs out now. It looks like it's just an EP.
It's 2 people. Well, and the reason I said The Cure is I was like, is he playing? It kind of sounds like a bass 6 to me. If it's a 2-piece, it kind of sounds like maybe drums and a bass 6 and a bunch of effects, because there was like definitely bass register notes, but also guitar notes, but they all seem to be coming from the same instrument. So let me know. Let me know if you're playing a bass 6 or something similar, because I'm currently obsessed with them.
All right, moving on.
What is next?
So this is a band that actually pinged us on Instagram.
Ooh.
Sent us a link and then sent it via email. So this came straight from the band. The band is called Butters.
Oh, I'm so hyped for this.
And
oh my god! Oh my god!
There's like a cop that's made out of meat in the shape of a donut. What the?
And what is that little man?
Fuck, and like an angry little man holding it up at knife point.
Whoa.
Okay.
Shout out to the artists who did this. It's
absolutely.
Great.
Did they name check the artwork by Federico Fabri? Go find him on Fabbri. Go find him on Instagram or somewhere.
Thank you for reading and listening to this. Now go fuck yourself.
Yeah, 7 tracks of pounding mid-tempo hardcore punk influenced by metal with a hellish voice, chaotic solos, and slowdown moments. Estas son cosas que pasan con los fucking butters. Thank you for reading this. Now go fuck yourself.
All right, everybody.
Oh, that's a lot of. I mean, that's some confidence.
Oh, they're from Italy.
Are they?
Oh my! I knew
are they
it.
Italian? Oh.
Yeah, it's just Tuscany.
Ooh,
I was
tough.
gonna say, all those names are very Italian.
How could you feel like this? I've been to Tuscany. It's just all sun and grapes and rolling hills and farmers markets and shit.
Dude, that would piss me off after a while. So.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If I grew up in Napa, I might draw something like this too.
You're right.
Yep.
It sort of looks like the guy with the knife sort of looks like what happened if like Bam Bam from the Flintstones like took the wrong path. Like
Van Damme had a rough life. Dude.
he had a rough
Yeah.
life. Ended up in and out of like homes and yeah. All right, let's listen to Enemy featuring Sexo.
Okay.
Sexo y los bates. Venga, te follo y tu madre también. Véngame a pa'l pussy tuyo. Y venga, saca
I love this.
Dude.
Where are we going?
There you go.
Whew, no letting up
Yep.
there.
It's almost done.
Yeah, should we just keep
It's only a
listening?
minute and 57 seconds.
That is exactly what I love about that. Holy shit, that's awesome.
Okay,
Did you see up in the top it says available for dinners, weddings, dinners, and
What?
parties?
No.
Where does it say that?
Right.
Oh
near
yeah.
that.
On the description
go up-
on the right
yeah, if you
side.
go up
Call
top.
us. You won't regret it.
Holy shit. But look at this track list. 2 minutes, 2:43, 2:30, 2:58, 1:57, 3:20.
Yeah.
Last track, 12 minutes and 24 seconds.
Interesting.
Okay.
What the fuck? Is it just a bunch of songs smushed together?
I don't know. I mean, you want to click on
We
it?
could click on it.
And they're writing and singing some in Spanish.
See, I'm confused. Maybe they just said they're from Tuscany to throw us off. But this is all Italian. I can
The
tell.
names are Italian.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not multilingual people, most of
Yeah.
us.
No.
We're like, how could this possibly be?
You mean someone from Spain moved to Italy?
To Italy?
That's
so far away.
Impossible. they're right next door to each other. Ooh.
All right, let's. I want to know what this 12-minute song is about.
Butters, come to the Bay Area. Play a show. How does this
Okay,
go for
so
12 minutes? Please do psychedelics before listening.
Wow. Or don't.
Maybe it's just this for 12 minutes.
Okay, so we get silence.
Oh, now it's silent.
And then it comes back.
Then we just get noise. Okay, so that's how we get a 12-minute long song.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Wow. That was intense.
I love you, Butters.
Congratulations, Butters. You're my new favorite band.
And for everybody listening, like, it's a name your own price digital album.
Yeah,
So, I mean, go give these guys $5
at least.
Yeah.
at least. Minimum.
This is great.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
Thank you, Butters. For,
Thank you, Butters. Thank you for reaching out.
All right. Wow.
I-
How do we
nasty.
recover?
Love it.
I love the vocals. The vocals were so good. I don't know if it was a production thing or just like the person has skill, but there's just so much texture, like tons of harmonics. Sometimes when people scream, it's like kind of flat.
Yeah.
That was like
Oh, it
had a
sounded
really
cool,
had a really
actually.
rich sound. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if that was production or what, but all right, we'll do
Is
one
that
more.
HM2 pedal?
Do you want to do the video?
Oh, let's do the video.
So this is funny because I think these guys are from Finland.
Okay.
And I've noticed that we don't, a lot of times, we'll get a lot of like Finnish bands that aren't on Bandcamp. So like I couldn't even find the band on Bandcamp. So they just sent us a video.
You're
So-
gonna have to play the audio, so we're gonna have to sync this up, right?
Oh, I'll just play the video at the same time you play it.
Yeah, we'll just hit play
Oh,
at
yeah.
the same time.
Okay. Okay. Are we ready?
Ready?
Ready, go.
You guys get the lag.
All right. I think you stopped sharing somehow.
I did on purpose.
Oh, on purpose?
Yeah, we were a little out of sync. It was distracting me.
Freaking
Oh, now my
out.
volume's down, so I can't hear.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
wait.
There
So
we
was
go.
it lagging on your part?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Just-
my god, the lagging made it like way more intense. Like he was all like,
Oh, I did that on purpose.
"Whoa!" I was like, "What is happening?"
It's not what I usually listen to.
No.
It was very Finnish.
Yes, it was very
It was
finished.
very Finnish. I was like, "Wow, he's got very nice eyes."
Good bone structure.
Yeah,
Nice
Well, it was like-
teeth.
yeah, he had nice teeth too.
Very nice teeth.
It
Oh,
was
you
a
don't
re-
get that creepy compliment? Hey, you have nice teeth.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Nice teeth, bro.
Well, it was such a talk about having two completely different sounding harsh vocals in a row.
Mm-hmm.
If the vocals had sounded like what we just listened to on Butters, it would have been so much more terrifying. That was like
yeah.
that was like oddly clean, even though it wasn't clean. It was weird. It was like such a dry production for that style of vocals. Usually there's just so much like echo and all kinds of
Yeah,
shit going on.
they were very ahead in the mix.
Yeah, right
very-
up front.
Yeah, they were right up there. So it's like, okay. And no offense, guy, but you did the formula. You got the skull.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
You got the girl wearing the cloak.
The three
You
girls
got
holding
the baby
hands.
doll head.
I know the doll head. I was like, okay, we did it.
We
I
did it.
mean,
We got them all.
Yeah, I like from a music video standpoint, I will give you my advice. Do not put a girl in a cloak in your video ever. It's been done. It will always still be cheesy.
Yeah.
And, like, unless you're double master and you're running around like that Immortal video. Do you see that video? The videos
Yes.
they do? Those were amazing. It was so tongue in cheek, but they're like real about it too. They're not
Yeah.
like fake about it. So yeah. No more cloaks.
No more
Unless you're
cloaks.
double master. Okay.
No more cloaks.
No more cloaks.
Well, Satana is apparently one of the top 3 Finnish profanities. Huh. Interesting.
It's just Satan.
I just thought it was Satan. So,
Yeah, I think it.
but that's interesting. That. Oh, interesting.
Wait, is this a
Literally
Finnish
means
fact?
Satan.
Yeah, he's doing Finnish facts.
Huh. Yeah,
Finnish
there's
facts.
Finnish facts with JD.
He's a Finnish facts with JD.
Random question: did we listen to a band called GNOME once?
Yes.
Did they submit? Because they're blowing up on YouTube.
They are blowing up, aren't they?
Are you getting fed their videos? These guys are making these incredible music. The band's called GNOME, and they play like fairly boilerplate stoner rock metal. It's like, but they're making these absolutely hilarious videos where they just have GNOME hats, and it's the three guys, the one they're like doing a synchronized dance in their little GNOME hats. It's so fucking funny.
Oh my God.
I'm so excited for them because like they like submitted a song to us, and now all of a sudden I can't open my YouTube without
hearing them,
seeing a video from them.
Well, that's great. I mean,
No, it's awesome.
do you remember the band Goblin Cock?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like what happened there. I mean, that video is amazing. It's just a bunch of reapers like hanging out on the beach and stuff, and they're like playing playing baseball and shit.
I actually think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the friend in the basement of that Metal Lords had a Goblin Cock poster.
He did.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I will totally. I need to watch that. I just haven't had Netflix. So.
We just need to show her a little bit of this. So you gotta cue it up so that we can, or give me the cable. This is like, I mean, it's such a simple concept, but I mean, this is good advice for bands because it didn't cost them much of anything to make this. They just had to find a good location and come up with a fun gimmick.
What's the song?
That's a beautiful location.
Wenceslas.
I would do anything.
Okay, wait. Let's wait till the
commercials are done.
Commercials over. But you know, Elvis came from nothing and he changed everything.
All right.
And our kids are looking at that going,
ready,
Elvis?
Set.
Are ready? Go. Just off.
Why is mine not playing? Oh no, they're just standing still. Turns his head to the side to spit.
Oh my. Actually really good too.
All right.
This is not the one that I've seen. Actually.
Oh, you haven't seen this one?
Be a new one.
This is the new one.
Okay. There was another one where they were playing. It was like a
good.
live recording.
That's a good
Or like a live video of them playing.
Yeah, they've had a few, and they like same thing, same hats,
That's
and
so
just
funny.
various different surroundings. I mean, what a simple thing to do, but just like shoots you, like pushes you into the forefront.
There's beautiful scenery, and it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Where are they
That's
from?
awesome.
Are they like Portland or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sure. Where is GNOME Band from?
GNOME Band.
Trying to place. They look like they're from Europe.
I think they're European.
Are they?
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Oh wait, no, that's
No?
different.
It's a different gnome.
That's Mr. Gnome.
Oh yeah.
Antwerp, Belgium.
Oh okay.
They're
Makes
from
sense.
Antwerp.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Just
Like
the scenery looked like, I was like, that's not America. Like we
no.
don't trim our trees like that. So
Yeah, the guy on the back right just had like the craziest proportions. His arms were so long, and just like lean into that. If like you guys,
Lean into those long arms,
or
dude.
just whatever. Well, like the band photo from last week, the dude just like with his big old gut hanging out on the side of the road. It's like fuck it. Like at some point,
DGAF, baby.
yeah, stop trying to hide it and just fucking lean into it.
embrace it.
Yep.
Embrace
Who
it.
you
Work
are.
hard for that thing.
All right, I see you have some records
I
over
do
there.
have some records.
Have you bought anything new lately? Records, gear,
Pedals.
pedals. That's gear.
Well, I actually love my formula, the same pedal that I showed you, the Abominable pedal, same one I'm using that's my quintessential one. The Hellmouth.
Yep.
But new stuff. Jeez. I I don't think I got anything that I purchased new, but I did want to whip out for you something that I mentioned I had that was a misprint. You had the yellow one. I can't even read it. It's so light. I have 03-1903.
Huh?
That's the ISIS record, the live record.
Yes.
That's the misprint from Metal Blade. And like you it literally can't even read it. Or Mega Blade, that's what it is. It was Mega Blade put it out. And oh my God, I don't want to ruin it. But I've had this record since a very long time ago. I got this probably in 2000. Look how beautiful and white and pristine and
I love the
perfect
white.
it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and apparently it's like one of 25 because, or some, I don't know. I'm gonna get called out by every Discogs nerd ever.
Record nerd. Yeah.
But all right, give me the deets, nerds.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like we mentioned this before, but this is like one of my most formative records I had ever heard. I like the first time I saw ISIS, I threw up because it was so good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Well, Dalek opened for them too, and the rumble of both of those bands was so intense in the First Unitarian Church that it made me sick, and I actually threw up in the bathroom at the
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was.
I think. Yeah.
No, that's an amazing event in my mind. I'll never forget that.
For sure.
So having a live record of ISIS from like that was probably a year before I saw them, but yeah. So that, I mean, I haven't bought anything new. I'm trying to think of what. Yeah, I just have all these like old things. Oh, here you go. It's not music, but this is a wonderful gift from John Reed, the ex-drummer of Lord Dying and now drummer of Fight vs. the Automaton.
Crap taxidermy. Yes.
Oh my God. Bad taxidermy.
That used to be.
Oh God,
the
no.
best blog.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh, there it is. That's one of my favorites. I love that one.
That's a nightmare fox. Oh my God.
Wait. It gets worse.
It's just a photo book of bad taxidermy.
Oh man.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Oh God.
How are all of those not like the basis
That owl.
of a meme? That owl should be like a standard meme image.
Yeah, seriously.
I definitely needed a lot of pick me up during the pandemic, and that I guess music was really tough for me because I couldn't play it.
Yeah.
And like really, I was like all excited, and I was like, things are gonna get better, and then so it got hard for me to buy stuff, and I feel bad. I was a bad music listener. I guess I can recommend that the Aranzi Pazuzu put out an album in 2000. Was it 21?
I think it was
Last
21.
year? Yeah, that new album to me, or I think it's 2020 technically, but that Aranzi Pazuzu album was super awesome, and I really loved. I just recently got into it. Mm-hmm. I haven't bought it on vinyl, but I do remember Matt got a sneak peek of it before it came out. But yeah, I already said it. So it's too late.
Mastarin Kinsey, released in 2020.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a departure from the older stuff, but it's so like Red King Crimson style. It's like right up my alley.
Yep.
So it's really great. And talking about Finnish bands, that's like my Finnish band is Aranzi Pazuzu.
Yeah, I can get into them. Like I'm some of that's hard for me, but I really like them a lot too.
Yeah.
And it's like because you can tell they're into like their influences are like psychedelia and space and not so much like, death and church burning and all of that shit. So
yeah, it's much more horror, deep horror.
Yeah.
Like the goblin. Burning. Yeah. Less church.
More into goblins and wizards than they are church burning and murder.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's a good alternative, I think.
Yeah, what do you have over there?
It's interesting because, I buy lots of new records, but then I've been sort of going back to lots of old favorites. And I think because Lots of old favorites from the 90s are now like turning 30, so they're repressing them.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, oh, Jesus.
What do you got?
So, I picked up
Come on.
the 30th anniversary of Ritual de la Habitual.
Fucking all-time classic
So-
record.
All-time classic. Yes, and my kids laughed at the cover because it's, the unedited cover. But fucking amazing.
After this record came out, all I wanted to do was be in a band that made songs like 3 Days,
Yes.
just
Ooh.
over and over and over again. Like, give me 100 songs that sound like 3 Days or Ted Just Admit It. They're like sprawling psychedelic nightmare pieces. I love them.
Love it.
I can skip Been Caught Stealing or
Yeah.
the like short poppier stuff, but when they like just let loose,
Oh, yeah.
some of my
completely,
favorite
completely.
compositions. Hate
And
the
then-
Tones.
This is, I don't know if this was 30 years, but Suicidal Tendencies, Feel Like Shit, Deja Vu. One of my favorites as well. I think this was originally put out as like an EP or something. Like it wasn't even, it was sort of like a between albums type album. It had the How Will I Laugh Tomorrow, like slow emotional version on it. And like, it was, I mean, I loved this album. I mean, yeah, one of my favorites. And then I also grabbed, this is a 25th anniversary. So Girls Against Boys, GVSB. This is House of GVSB, which is fucking incredible. This is like Spy Hunter rock, Spy Hunter noise rock. And it's kind of cool because I like how it's like all blue.
Wow.
Marbled a little bit, but like this is definitely, if you've never heard them,
I have not.
It is honestly, if you've ever played Spy Hunter or seen spy movies,
Millions of hours.
This is the alternative rock soundtrack to every spy.
I didn't know that existed.
It's very
That sounds
sexy.
awesome.
It's super sexy. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I love it. One of my favorites.
I'll put it on tonight. Need some
Yeah.
sexy music.
There you go. Some sexy music over at your
Sorry.
boss's house.
Sorry, honey. Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, not your boss. Your boss's
My
boss's
boss's boss. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I bought stuff, but I didn't bring it
Good job.
because I was running out of the house to go to farmer's market and then come here. I ordered it so long ago. So we discovered this band called The Odious that I love, and they recently pressed their first record. Hard to explain. Maybe could have fit in at Swanfest, but not really. Also,
Yeah.
and like 6 months later, they finally sent a copy with the handwritten note that was like, "I'm sorry, this took so long." I always feel bad for like underground artists because I'm like, I know what's going on with
get it.
records. Don't worry, like. I have no expectations about when I'm actually going to get the record based on when I order it. So just as long as you eventually send it to me, that's fine. I don't really care.
That's been one of the best things. It's like there's so many Christmas days every once in a while because there's records that I ordered 6 months, a year and a half ago, and now they're starting to show up, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that. Like obviously, like you have to wait, and then you're like, holy shit! Like it's like finding $50 in your pocket, and you're like,
Yeah.
I haven't worn that jacket in forever. Oh, $50, sick.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I had-
I feel bad I didn't buy a lot of albums this year, but I was just waiting. I was waiting to go to the shows and buy them and stuff.
Yeah.
too. So,
Directly from the bands. So
And now we can.
I had the modern day experience of finding the $20. I put on a sweatshirt the other day and I reached into the pocket and I had an iPhone headphone dongle. And I was like, yes!
Those things disappear quickly.
They do.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was kind of the same. I was like, I want to go to shows and buy like directly from the bands. But then I just started. I've been ordering some fun. Ooh, I got some fun stuff coming that you're going to like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We buy each other records all the time.
Aw.
Which means we often end up with 4 copies of the same record
Yeah.
because we both go, ooh, we need that one, and don't talk to each other. That's why we keep giving records. Speaking of which, we need
We
to,
still got to do the germ giveaway.
we have to give away 2 germ records.
That's right. Jeez. Should we do a couple more songs?
Let's bust them out.
Okay.
Yeah. What's
Let's
next?
do it.
Magnum Opus?
Next
IATT?
one is IATT.
Okay.
Is the band.
I think I might know IATT actually.
Oh really?
That's fine.
Yeah, but we'll do
they're
it.
from Philly. So you probably
there
do.
you go. That's why I was like, I know somebody.
Is that acceptable use of a cloak? It's in a
It's
painting.
painted.
Okay.
It's not in a video.
Okay, good.
Is that what's his name? The painter that did your.
No, it's not Adam Burke.
No?
See, too many brush strokes.
It looks Burkish.
Yeah, it's not exactly his style.
Hmm.
Everything he does is a little more realistic looking,
It looks really nice.
but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Well, let's check out Prima Materia from IATT from
Philadelphia. It's too scary for me. It's too scary.
Oh, I know. Holy shit.
Sorry, what?
I know exactly who's in this band.
Really?
I beat the shit out of Alex Pisano right there. Yeah. Yeah. Alec Pisano?
Alec
Yeah.
Pisano?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep,
you know these guys?
Yeah, well, I don't know them personally except for Alec. But I've tattooed him and his lady at the time. I hope they're still together. They're very sweet. But yeah, I tattooed a bunch. Let's keep it going.
Oh,
I haven't.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I know this. Oh, that's fun. It's so goth.
It is.
So goth, boy. Yes! It's very... It's very symphonic metal. I know that.
It's
Mhm.
it's like dirty, but like they're like, but I want to be able to hear everything. Okay, so you can hear, like hear the guitars, I can hear the bass, I can hear the drum. Like it's all usually it's a lot messier when music sounds like that. The production's a lot messier, but they're like, no, we want to be able to hear each other.
Yeah, they've been at this for over 10 years now, and they have a bunch
wow.
of stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
they do
that.
have a lot of records.
And it's got one song has a violin player from Thank You Scientist, which is a band that I discovered this year that
That's
I really
right.
like. And the guy from IATT does vocals on one of the songs.
Well, look at that.
Yeah. I mean, they've been around for long enough that like they've made good connections with people, and it's I'll be honest, I don't get far into that symphonic metal. Like the farthest I'll go is like
Mhm.
Emperor. Like that's still even like I love Emperor, but like sometimes it's just like too much of the keyboard stuff. I get like I'm a piano player, so I get freaked out by like symphonic synths.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Dream Theater is off the table for me.
off the table.
Not your thing.
Well, I forced him listen to Progenies of the Great Apocalypse or whatever. It was the black metal band that did like a couple of symphonic records.
Oh, okay.
Dimmu Borgir.
Oh.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
and-
Dimmu Borgir?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that record has a ton of symphonic shit in it, and it's like
So much.
I shouldn't like it at all, but for some reason I just fell in love with that record.
Is it the purple one? No, that's
Uh,
never mind. There's a purple one. I'm terrible at like.
it's like gray. It's like gray. It looks like it would be a Machine Head record to me, is what it looks
Oh
like.
yeah, no, okay. Then I don't know.
There you go. Death Cult Armageddon is the name of the record.
Oh my god, that is so digital 90s looking to early 2000s, right?
Yeah. It's I don't know why. I don't know how I found it or why I started listening to it because it's
You liked his makeup.
really, maybe that was it. No,
Yeah.
it's really far out of my normal lane. 2003. Yeah. It was
Okay, yeah.
definitely early
Yeah.
2000s.
Interesting.
Yeah, I get that feel. I can look at it immediately, and I'm like, oh, I know what.
I
I
know
know
where that
what
was from.
era of
It's
stuff
like,
it is.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
very. It's almost like a Fear Factory-esque as well.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah.
there's those people share.
they
Some
share
background.
fans. Yeah.
They definitely share fans, Machine Head and Fear Factory.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
All right. We've got one more song.
All right. What is it?
It is from a band called Exosphere.
Oh, I was excited about this one.
And the cover looks amazing.
I like the cover. We'll pull it up for you. No, we're not going to play it. We're just going to pull it up.
Just pull up the cover.
Yeah, this has everything I like. This I mean, from a cover art standpoint, it's just a crazy like cyborg skull with exposed brain with a bunch of cables coming out of it.
So
Yeah.
are we gonna get straight up thrash?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Probably.
That's pretty. I don't know. That looks pretty. Yeah, we're gonna get some thrash. We're gonna
Yeah.
get
Let's hear it.
All right. Beg Towards the Sky is the song from the band Exosphere.
I like the big hair guy. Okay.
That's all over the place.
That is all over the place.
Hell yeah, dude. That is okay. They're absolutely. It said Chicago.
Yes.
Oh yeah. No, that's cool. It's yeah.
That is
It
Chicago.
is-
It's like
Yeah,
extreme prog,
Yeah, I love. Yeah.
mixed by Billy Barnett, who did all the Yob records.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. That was I especially loved how it started. Like I love that little opening riff. That was super cool.
I love the changes and like throwing wrenches in the spokes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
For sure. And went to
Yeah.
like a little like 3 feel at some point. It's like, are we listening to the circus extreme metal now? I always love when you throw that. I mean, that's the switch that Mr. Bungle flipped.
That's the bungle switch.
That's the Bungle switch where you slip a little circus music into the middle of a song. Always down.
I'm going to scoot it forward a little bit, like halfway through, because this is like a 5.5 minute long song.
Okay.
So
Sure.
let's go like halfway and see.
Hell yeah.
mother, dude. Got man war on it. Yeah, they're getting.
Yeah.
This is so prog.
I love
oh
it.
my god.
Fucking nerds in the best way.
Ah!
We're looking at the band photo, and this is one of those rare cases where I have no idea who does what.
No.
Usually you can tell. Far right's like, how dare you take my picture?
I'm gonna say he's the bass player.
That's what
Okay.
I think. I think he's the bass player.
He's the bass player. He doesn't. He's like no.
Drummer back
no,
here.
he's a guitar player. I think he's a guitar player.
Yeah, he's the guitar player.
This one in the back with the
Yeah,
curly hair
I
over his
think
face.
so.
Singer with the glasses on.
I don't know. I'm thinking that's the drummer, but maybe
I
not.
don't
See,
know.
we can't.
He's got a Geddy Lee look to him.
Yeah.
He's wearing his own band shirt. That is a baller move.
I'll just say if
That
he's
is a baller move.
That is a baller.
it is,
move.
and he's comfortably making eye contact with the camera,
Comfortably.
which is why I call him the singer.
Yep. And
Did he really just hit that note? Did he just hit?
yeah, the
Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
That was amazing.
That's
Just-
the nerdiest shit I've heard in a long time, and I love
The
it.
nerdy shit.
it's so
In all the best ways.
yeah, it really is. Like, hey, if We're Dying ever plays in Chicago,
Oh, you hear that?
Go.
You hear that, boys?
Hear that?
that's
Exosphere?
awesome. I
Holy
mean,
shit.
yeah, that's really cool. Like, I mean, I would feel showed up a bit. I'd be like, I don't even know how to play my bass anymore.
Yeah.
You guys played all the notes. We're all
Oh,
out of notes now.
You got them all. So speaking of nerdy, I won't say where I was sitting, but I was sitting, so I had 5 minutes to myself, and I had to sit somewhere and had nothing else to do except look at my phone. And I came up with an idea for a song that Eric and I would work out. That so I'll just show the screen this so that you understand the depths of my nerdiness. This is the rhythmic pattern of the song that I want to do. Not a single thing repeats more than once. It goes ascending and descending.
I'm done already. I
and
was
you
done after the fifth change. I'm like,
just-
nope. I'm kidding.
So someone look at that and then record something that has that pattern.
1, 2.
Oh my
1,
god.
2.
Shift
1, 2,
shift the
3.
beat emphasis one
Oh, boy.
one time, and then when you get to the end, you add on the next beat, and then you shift the beat, and then you add the next beat. You'd have to memorize the whole thing, and if you got lost in the middle of it, you'd be fucked because there would be no way to remember where you were.
I mean, I will say this: being in 8 Bells, we were fucking around with some crazy timings when we were writing together, and luckily most of it got on the album anyway after I had joined Lord Dying. And but anyway, we had some crazy changes, and Melinda was always all about those.
Yes.
Yeah,
we nerded out about that with her.
Oh yeah, no, it was like the amount of times that we changed, and like it was like, all right, now we're gonna do 7, and then this is gonna be in like triplets, and like, oh no, you keep playing like that, it'll meet back up again. Like, yeah, I love that.
What's that called, JD?
That's hold on.
Where we
It's called
playing different times,
it's called
and then we meet up someday.
Polyrhythms.
There you go.
Fuck yeah.
You
Fuck
did it.
yeah.
You did it.
I was even questioning. I was like, what is it?
My boy's all grown up.
All grown up. He's all grown up.
He's all grown up.
You know,
Oh man.
JD, I was gonna do something special, but I kind of ran out of time to do it. But I grabbed all the things. I know you don't like pedal talk, or if
okay.
you don't like it, but I remembered pedal talk, and I actually got the bit commander out, and I was gonna plug it all through the computer and like try to figure out how, like in the middle of the interview, just like slam there. I wish I did it.
That would have been amazing.
I just was too tired. I can't do chords in the middle of it. I'm like, this is terrible.
I know. It's like me setting up every time we do this, just fucking chords everywhere.
Chords everywhere.
Chords McGords.
Chords McGords.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I wonder
I'll do
what
that.
I have chordophobia. That's me. I hate tangled chords. It's the worst thing on earth.
Okay, the bit. Wait, so the bit commanders, is it like a bit crusher? It's it's a synth. Okay,
Oh, it's
That-
insane.
that'd
Or
be fun.
Data corrupter.
Data corrupter.
That's what not Bit Commander. The
Yeah,
Bit simpler one, but the data corrupter is just. I tried using that live, and I was really screwing people up. Like, it was intense.
I have one on my board right now.
Oh my god! Like, you can't even like. Do you have it on like polyphonic stuff and like? How far do you push it?
I use it just like for noise passages. So it's not like I don't play it like it's never part of my basic tone for any part of the song. It's for like we don't ever stop. So the way we're currently playing is a continuous set from start to finish with noise transitions between every song, and they're different. Sometimes it's like Carl plays a little mini song in the like he just starts playing a different song, and then sometimes it's just like noise or washes, and I use this for that stuff. But I love a good bit crusher. You get like to really make use of it. I think what you need to do is play the pedal. Like I'd love to have it up on a stand.
I know that's kind of what I was. I wish I did it because I would have been GD. I can make it sound like a knife.
Oh, it's insane. I'll play it for you sometime.
All right.
You would enjoy it because it's like having like a modular synth, and then you just start turning the knobs, and your sound just goes wild. And if you don't understand what you're doing, it's hard to control.
Yeah.
Extremely hard to control. If you think you can control it, you're like, wait, this is completely different than last time. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And there's so many knobs.
Yeah, since we're talking about it, like...
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, you got your square, your subharmonic, your oscillator. You need to decide if your root is going to be unison or oscillated. And if it's going to be 1 or 2 octaves below on the master oscillator.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
What is right? Do you want glide or do you want vibrato?
Why is one root a switch and the other root is a knob?
Because it clicks down pretty hard. It's not soft or anything. I don't know why they would.
Yeah, just for fun.
Just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
why not?
Just to make it more confusing.
All right.
Oh, it's a brilliant piece of machinery. I have my regular bass tone is so heavily modulated that there would be no like I was trying to buy a bass wah pedal. So I bought a Crybaby, like the standard Ernie Ball bass wah, and my signal's so modulated already that you couldn't, like when I changed the wah, it did nothing to the signal. Like you didn't even know I was doing anything. So I got the Justin Chancellor from Tool has like a signature, and it's got a much wider range and a bunch of other stuff going on, and there you can actually hear it. But like there would be no reason to put this over my signal because my signal's already like 3/4 of the way to full bit crusher status.
Yeah, I try not to use a lot of pedals anymore. I have so many of them that are just collecting dust right now, and it was like, well, you should, work on this and that. But I'm actually I was thinking about maybe I was like, can I even sell any pedals? I'm like, what's the point? I'm not going to sell these pedals. Like, what if I need it? What if I need it?
What if I need it?
Well, and it's
what
tempting.
if I need it?
The aftermarket for gear right now is so huge that it's tempting because like certain stuff is just hard to get. So the supply chain's been crushed. So there are pedals that I have that are worth like a shit ton of money. So it's hard not to sell them. But
I mean, holding on to those because you're like, okay, well, if it's hard to find them now, imagine how much harder it'll be later. You never know.
Yeah.
So hold on to this stuff if you can. So, sell your other things. Don't sell your baby.
Yeah, like I had a vintage 70s Mutron envelope filter that I sold like when I was in college. And I was excited. I sold it for like maybe $350 or something. I saw a broken one in the store for $700 today.
Wow.
Or not today, yesterday.
God.
Yeah, like only one part of it works. $700. Take it if you want it.
That's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah, and like pedals getting into the thousands of dollars. Like completely nuts.
That's insane. You can buy a guitar.
That's really inflated to a point where like I think a lot of people took advantage of everybody getting the checks.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was going nuts. I mean, I had people who bought every pedal they ever dreamed of, And now they're all trying to sell them. So like, I have no idea why. I don't even play that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stimulus
they-
checks that all just went to pedals.
Yeah, my board's big right now, but if I had to, I could get away with 2 pedals and a tuner. If I had to. Like if I just had my modulated fuzz and my phaser, I'm okay. That's enough, but I use the rest of them anyways. But it's always for like nice to have stuff.
Interesting.
Like I keep a reverb and delay on there because again, when you're doing those noise passages or making weird sounds, it's always fun to have like access to a big reverb and a delay to just like make space.
Mm-hmm.
The Bit Crusher, I have a really crazy, it's kind of like an envelope filter, but it does even more like vocal sound, so you can make it sound real talky and in different directions.
Talkie.
Yeah, wow, like your signal goes wow, 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 wow. It's fun.
Sounds like a robot. What 2 pedals would you keep if you could only keep 2 pedals?
We know one of them.
The Abominable, yeah.
The Abominable.
And I mean, other people tell me that there's, better. I'm like looking at my graveyard down here. Let's see. All right. I'm never ever going to sell my 1987 Japanese HM2 pedal. I never will.
No, don't.
Nope, never will.
Nope.
And and everyone's like, oh, it's just like a chainsaw, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it can be a chainsaw, or you could go the Godflash way and you can be more dial it in.
Yeah.
And it's not much to dial in, but there are things you can do to make it more dynamic. And that's why Godflesh is as awesome sounding as they are. That's why, like all those amazing, I'll be obviously Entombed, but you're going to sound like Entombed.
Yeah.
It might sound like Gate Creeper and stuff, which is fine, whatever. It's like, that's what it sounds like.
That's a good sound.
What? So
I
you use the Hellmouth? Is that the one that you use?
Yeah, the Abominable Hellmouth.
Yeah, I just want to throw it up there so that people can see. And I love their pedals.
That's new artwork.
Yeah, they do. Like this company does crazy artwork always.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that you can actually read the pedals. Pedal builders, I love it that you get cute with the knobs and shit, but like make it so I can read the fucking pedal from 4
All the
feet
way up
away.
there.
Yeah, from standing
Supposed
above
to
it.
memorize.
It's too many.
Yeah.
It's too obscure.
Yeah.
Like I love Brooks Blackhawk and Blackhawk amplification, but he uses like Viking runes to label all the knobs on his amps and pedals, and it's just like, oh, I'm too old for. Which one's volume, please?
Too old for this shit.
I'm too.
Yeah, I have a few that were. Where's this? Hold on.
Look
I
at this.
admitted last time that I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to pedals. I just press buttons and I hope it works.
Yeah.
The Don't Shred on Me Deluxe. That's a great name for a pedal, by the way. Then your options are bypass and destroy.
Yeah.
That's rad.
So actually, oh shoot. I gotta get my information correct because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But
yeah, we never say the wrong thing on this show.
Never.
Well, when it comes to gear, everyone, I love that. It's totally Kurt Ballew's face.
It is the the Hell Stash.
Yeah,
It's a collab with God City, so yeah, that's awesome. Hell Stash.
Oh, clickless foot switches. Thank you.
What is clickless?
When you step on a pedal, it gives you a positive click noise so
right.
that you know you stepped on it. But sometimes it's annoying and it gets picked up by microphones and
it's much softer to the feel too. It's
interesting.
Like really quick. Okay, I'm gonna screw this up. I want to give the right information here. I think his guy's name is Green. Hold on. I know he's from Texas, and he worked with the Rigs of Doom to make. They made a pedal with my artwork on it that I did for Rigs of Doom.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Dude, I love the little like slave, like how you slave an amp to even give it more ridiculous. And I have
clever.
Them. Yeah. My life is one big dad joke. And then
Who makes that?
Shoot,
This is Gremlin Machine Shop.
thank
okay.
you. I was
Here's
trying
their
to.
page.
Yes.
And this is called
Gremlin Machines.
This is called the Temple, the Riggs Temple of Doom. Let me share it real quick so that we can see here, since it has your artwork on it too, especially. And if you're not watching this on YouTube yet, why? Please do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so rad. I remember this art too, with the tube at the top
Tube
and
amp,
and,
yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the skeletons carrying the slave amps
Oh
up the
yeah.
steps. That's rad.
So fun. I just was like sitting in the herb shop and working on that pretty much the whole time. And I was like, I hope Orange doesn't get mad at me. So
Yeah.
they were not
They,
mad.
no.
They were not mad. It was oh yeah. Oh shit. There you go.
Yeah, there's like the clean art.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love the Ohm symbol just hiding there.
There's a lot hiding. In my cordophobia.
Oh, it's all over there. What a nightmare.
Yeah, they're all of them are hooked. You see, they're all hooked up.
Oh,
and, like,
shit. Even at
yeah.
the top, they all are too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much chords. Yeah, I
I
don't
know.
like it either.
That's pretty great.
Well, it was like vines on the Temple of Doom.
Exactly.
Yeah, I went for it, guys. I did.
That is fun.
Success.
Yeah.
So Gremlin Machine Shop. All right. Well,
Mhm.
hey, they make pedals. Check them out.
Yoop, yoop.
Yeah, we had on our buddy Eric Calvert, who's Frost Giant Electronics,
I love
And-
Eric. He's great.
and he's the one who did the Architect of Reality, the AOR sim pedal.
Uh-huh.
And I heard that one got into somebody's hands and ended up on a board for some shows even. So Eric was really stoked about that.
I do believe because there isn't okay, this is what happened. The AOR obviously was sold back in the day, the one that was used on the original Sleep album. And but a friend of ours in town was actually selling an exact same year AOR. And he's like, oh, I saw it on like the only thing that Facebook's good for is your stuff, like your groups and things. So,
Yep.
I found that for you know who, and he just was like, oh, awesome. And then maybe about halfway through last year, like it came into disrepair because you know if you play it enough, you
Yeah.
blow it up and whatever. And then magically the AOR pedal showed up, and he's like, oh, great, awesome, perfect. This
Yeah.
sounds like it.
And it
That's
will.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So-
won't fall apart. Yeah, when the guy from the Doom YouTube channel,
Oh,
he
yeah.
did the demo of it and dialed the settings right, and god damn if it didn't sound exactly like just the original recording of Dragonaut. I was like, fuck, man.
That's crazy.
Eric fucking nailed that one.
Yeah, we I remember he was using it for one of the episodes that we filmed for Patreon, and I was just sitting there like tinkering with it as he's just like warming up and stuff like that because he was doing a sleep song. So we demoed it through the episode, and yeah, so yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of and actually Steve is on Matt's Patreon as well. The Does It Doom?
Yes.
Yeah, he does his lessons and they're great. And then like he watches Matt do his, and it's really interesting and fun for people to be able to have that access and to be able to be like, oh no, this is how you play it.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then
Yep.
like they play it the one way, and it's like, well, this is how I play it.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I've actually been learning a lot from watching him do the just editing.
Mm.
I've become a much better musician because I constantly am watching and I'm like zeroing in on his hands and
Yep.
really like picking techniques. There's like all this sorts of, there's like, here, do. Like he'll go through the steps and he's really methodical about it, and he's like really charmingly hilarious the entire time.
Yeah. And
Have
there's
lots to read.
I think most of metal for guitar is in the right hand. You know, I think people think about like left hand gymnastics or in the picking hand. Like metal really comes from the picking hand, and I studied Carl like crazy too, because he like came from the same school of like wild picking techniques that weren't like what everybody was doing. He would dig into like bluegrass or like other styles where they pick different, but when you translate it to a guitar and then add some distortion to it, it creates completely new sounds. But we had Steve on, and I was really impressed, like the amount of work that he puts into those videos. Like he goes and studies old video footage to like zoom in on hand positions and see exactly how people are playing things. But then I started wondering, if you had video footage of me playing a song 5 years ago and then you ask me how I play it today, it's probably different actually, because sometimes I change things over time. And I wonder how much that happens, like when there's old footage of someone playing, and especially, you know, people who've been being filmed playing for 25 years, you might find old footage and then have that person go, oh no, that's not how I play it, because they don't play it that way anymore. They play it, you know, they've evolved the way they play it over time. Evolution.
Learning new skills.
Indeed.
I mean, the best thing that I ever became aware of was the pivot on your thumb as a bass player, like on the back of the neck. You position it like where you know you're going to be in that shape area, but you kind of just swing your hand and you can swing back and forth pretty easily. Like, I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly, but you use the thumb on the back of the neck as your pivot point, so you can really dock it and like get those
weird shapes.
Yeah, I have to do some really strange shapes now in Lord Dying. So
yeah. And you
like
probably
prog. Yeah.
And you probably don't, like, I don't have long fingers or very large hands, so I have to do a lot of gymnastics to reach.
I think I could get about I don't know. My bass is already too big for me, if you haven't noticed in photos. It's made for people who are like 6'3" to play.
You're playing the BC Rich, right?
Yeah.
And that's a 35-inch.
It's a very large.
Yeah, it's long scale.
My size, but it's what I learned on. It's what I'm used to, and like, I get some pain in my arms a little bit, like, but I just warm up, and it's like a wide. It just is really wide, and you have to get used to it. But once I'm warmed up, I'm like everywhere real quick.
Yeah, I'd be curious how even just a 1-inch difference in scale would affect you. Like if you played a 34-inch instead of a 35, how much easier once you got used to it.
Yeah, I've looked into the Mustangs, like trying to get maybe like
those are even shorter.
Oh yeah, like short scale.
Yeah.
So that I'm even closer to so I can be even faster, like more guitar like rather than bass where like it's just really. But I love that bass so much. It's so good. And
they're hard to tune down depending on what tuning. Like as the scale gets shorter, it's harder to play low tuning.
Yeah, that's the other part that I was like, I think a mid is okay, but not. I don't think that I could pull off what I'm looking.
The short scale.
Yeah, I just think I should just stick it out and like just play better. That's it.
If it gets really bad, just play a P bass or a jazz. Just play a 34-inch, and you'll.
Yeah, I used to have a jazz bass, and that got left in Chicago, and it never came back.
Oh no!
Surprisingly, I tried to get it 4 or 5 times, and magically, it was just never right time.
Oh, interesting.
Well, maybe when you go play with Exosphere, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy plays a. No, I was gonna say that guy plays a jazz for sure, but he probably doesn't. He probably has some like headless 8-string.
You think so?
No.
Oh, like
No.
What?
He could.
We'll have to find some live photos of them. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So usually this is the time where we would do your hometown band. However, we already know it's Fight Amp. We went over this last time, so we're gonna do something different.
Okay.
You ever play the game This or That?
Or Would You Rather?
I haven't played it in a long time.
I'm gonna read 2 things, and you're gonna tell us which one is your choice.
You prefer.
Okay.
So we'll start off fairly easy. Okay.
Okay.
So, and this is fairly timed. I'm not gonna time it, but the point is to get through it quickly. So, here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Tacos or pizza?
Tacos.
All right.
Beaches or mountains?
Mountains.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
French fries or tater tots?
Tater tots.
Yes. Clean singing or no clean singing?
No clean singing.
All right, we're going to get harder now. Metallica or Megadeth?
Metallica.
All right, here we go. This is something from last week. Live album or studio album?
Studio album.
LA or the Bay Area?
The Bay Area.
Hell yeah. Metal or punk?
Metal.
Fender or Gibson?
I'm a Fender person. Fender.
Marshall or anything else?
Anything else?
Right answer.
Oh, Marshall. Damn it. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Pert or Bonham?
Oh, Bonham, dude.
All right. Going back to my my merch table, Suicidal, the punk years or the thrash metal years?
The thrash metal years.
Hell yeah. Ozzy or Robert Plant?
Ozzy.
Mastodon, before Blood Mountain or after?
Oh, I actually really like After, too. Damn it.
All right. Merciful Fate or King Diamond?
King Diamond.
All right. Last question. What is the silliest thing in metal?
King Diamond.
Yeah.
Corpse paint, but okay. We nailed it right there.
Yeah.
There you go. You nailed it with both of those.
I fucking
well
love King
done.
Diamond,
Awesome.
though. It's so good.
I love it. All right. So what is we'll go out on this. What is one band that everybody after this episode ends, what is one band they should go find and listen to?
Like me.
Like, what are you digging right?
Like, what are you digging right now?
Oh God, it's so hard to say.
Or two?
That Exosphere band.
Yeah.
Like,
All right.
I swear, no, I'm serious. Or just listen to King Crimson. I love King Crimson Red. That's a great thing to listen to.
Yes, it is. Anytime someone brings up King Crimson, I want to go watch Mandy again, just for the opening, even.
Yeah.
But it's such a great God. That opening sets the tone so perfectly.
That movie
You're
is
like,
bonkers.
this is gonna be fucking weird and scary. Like, I know I'm about to see something weird and scary.
Yeah, I just absolutely love in Starless, the breakdown part.
Yep.
After it's so beautiful and then it goes into that. I love that. I was saying to myself I wanted to cover that song, but I don't know how you can. Like, I don't know. That's too
Yeah.
But I can, but
would
I
think
don't know
King
how.
Crimson would be, yeah, those would be hard covers.
Yeah. But then you wouldn't. It's like the things that you hold to be so precious like that. That's the problem I'm having if we do a song on the Rush tribute. It's like, do I really actually want to do that? I kind of don't.
Hard.
I'm kind of scared because I don't think, how do I do it in a way that I'll be happy with? That's not the original. I think it's going to be about song choice, and to pick pick something like Jacob's Ladder or something that's like kind of left to center for Rush that you can kind of mess around with. Like, it gets kind of psychedelic, so you could take it farther down that path, something like that. I don't know, but it is scary. It's a scary thought.
Scary.
It's always scary.
Yeah.
You don't want to do your idols wrong.
Does Lord Dying have any touring that's been announced or in the works?
Aside from the 3 shows, we have, I think it's Bossa Nova Lounge, Bossa Nova Ballroom in Portland on the 3rd with Zeke and Bongzilla.
Yeah, so those.
Then one in Tacoma. I don't know where that one is. It's the 4th. And then the 5th is Bellingham, Washington.
Okay, so just very local, not coming to the Bay Area.
Like July?
No.
June 4th. Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, and then we have to really work on the album, and that's really the first and foremost.
Okay.
It's coming up fast.
I mean, it's 3 months. Psycho is this weekend, 3 months from now.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
God. You just made me feel like, oh no,
Sorry.
we got more. No, it's fine.
You can do it. You'll be fine.
You got this.
You got this.
We believe in you.
Awesome. Anything
We have
else?
seven solid songs already for the most part. Yeah, and then there's so it's got we got 7 more to go.
Holy shit. That's going to be a lot of music because Lord Dying doesn't write 3-minute songs usually.
We're changing it up a little bit.
Okay, good.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hints
Yeah.
and tidbits.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it was great to catch up. We don't have to wait a year and a half or
Yeah.
even be on camera.
Yeah, totally.
Next time we're in the same city.
Yeah. Life has been chaos for all of us. So next time we're in the same city, we can have a drink, Mad Hannah's, huh?
We'll meet you with the smoking blanket at Mad Hannah's.
Oh, I get hammered and eat nachos. I think is really like the best plan.
Oh, that's what happened. That's right. I was totally eating the shit out of that cheese.
Yeah, it was. She was at that moment where you're drunk and you're like, I'm gonna eat. This is gonna make everything much better if I just make sure and eat right now.
Do they have good nachos?
They looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chips are amazing. The cheese is like exactly what you would imagine. Just nacho cheese.
The sauce.
And they put lots of olives on their nachos.
boy.
Probably because they just don't want to make food for us. So they're like, don't order.
You remember how good that food was when we went to the diner after Mr. Bungle in San Francisco at like 3:00 in the morning? That's where it was.
Nice.
That moment where you're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Like everything's delicious, even though it's just really bad for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
In that moment, it doesn't matter at all. No.
Yeah, as long as I'm eating it.
Nope.
Cool.
Awesome. Well,
This has been great.
good
I'm so
catching
glad
up.
you could join us again.
Can't wait for new Lord Dying recording at a not to be named studio, possibly in Salem, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see if we can figure out what that is.
But you didn't hear it here.
No, you didn't.
No,
Those are just the rumors flying around.
I have a feeling it's okay. So
Yeah.
Probably expected even at this point.
Yes.
yeah.
Killer.
All
Well,
right.
it was great to talk to you.
All right, it was awesome talking with you guys. I hope
All
you
right.
enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yes.
Until the next time.
Take care.
All right.
See you later.
Bye.
Oh, cut off her
Oh,
bye.
cut
I
her
was
off.
trying. What a dick.
Jesus, dude.
I try to like it's awkward, so I'm trying to make it less
It is
awkward by
hard.
not dragging it out, and
It is
then
hard.
someone gets cut off when
Yes.
you say goodbye,
Yes.
and you feel like a dick.
She's a good person.
She's the best.
I like her.
The
I want to
best.
go have some nachos on a patio.
That place is rad. That place is just metal as fuck.
Yeah.
And
Do they do shows or just a bar?
no, it was just a bar, and then during the pandemic, they took the space next to them over and turned it into like a little corner market.
Oh.
That sold like lots of local goods.
That's
and,
cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you could do takeout food from there before they were allowed to have people back in. Big ass covered patio in the back, so even though it's Portland, you can be outside the parts of the year where it's raining.
That's good. I want to go there.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
go
fun.
there.
It's just in it. It's in exactly the part of town you would expect to see Matt
Yeah.
Pike walking down the
Walking
street.
down the street.
Yeah, and then who knows? And then Billy Anderson 10 minutes later,
Yeah.
and then
Apparently Chino.
Chino.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? That's Portland.
That's funny.
All right.
That's Portland.
That's Portland.
Sweet.
Heavy metal mecca.
Yeah. It really has become. Seems like it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is for sure, and it'll as long as the cost of living stabilizes, it can stay that way.
Maybe they need to do a new episode of Portlandia that's really focused on what Portland is like now.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
it's a little bit different. Yeah, it's not quite. I mean, it still has like some of the
Still quirky as
essentials.
fuck.
Yeah,
The 90s are still alive.
they're back even bigger. The dream of the '90s is
Exactly.
back in a
Yep.
big way.
That's why they need a new episode. I mean, they haven't made that in what, 10 years?
It's been a long
Has it
time.
been that long?
Yeah, I don't know how long, but definitely a long time.
Get on it, dudes.
All right, everybody. So
All right.
go buy shit from Lord Dying.
Please.
If you're in the Portland
Please.
area, have Alyssa do some work on you.
Yeah. Buy the albums from the bands that we listened to today that you
Alyssa
like.
Maucere tattoo or something like that. You can find her on
Mhm.
Instagram. She has a tattoo account.
Yes.
And some good music this week. Fucking A.
There was some good music this week.
It was a good day.
Yeah. I think we definitely. Butters was a nice surprise. Exosphere, obviously. And
I mean,
think, Alyssa really liked them.
Look, Exosphere, like, I'm not going to say it, but I'll just go ahead and say you're welcome. Good job submitting music. You got we didn't plan it. You got the right guest for you, but you just got a serious endorsement.
Yeah.
And a fucking invite to play a show with Lord Dying in Chicago.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we take checks. You can send
money orders,
edible arrangements.
edibles,
edibles, yeah, whatever. No, you guys are great. That was
She's still in the waiting room.
perfect timing.
Awesome.
All
This has been
right.
fun. Yeah, this is a good one. Nice. We're slowly getting back. If you have recommendations for bands that you would like to see,
Yeah, people you would like to see.
see
on
let
the
us
show.
know. Shoot us an email. Apparently, bands are touring again, so it's getting a little bit harder.
Yeah, the availability has gone down
Yes.
slightly. Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Also, our lives are crazy.
Yes,
so.
this is true. This is true.
But I do like her mentioning ISIS in that record. We need to bug Santos and get Aaron Turner
Yes.
to be on.
Yes.
That's
for
a
sure.
fucking high priority.
Gonna do it.
All right, everybody. Well, that's all for. I planted my new peppers.
Ooh, what does that mean?
That means hot sauce later in the year.
Oh, we're running low.
Yeah, if a few people out there, we might have some sauce for you later in the fall.
Oh yeah. I know lots of my family and friends are waiting. It's okay if we, make them sick. No, not really. Ha ha.
Maybe we'll like be more regimented about food safety so that we can be.
Nobody's gotten sick from our hot sauce.
No, but I mean, so that we'll feel comfortable.
So that we'll feel more comfortable giving it away.
Giving it away. Yeah. Take a chance.
Take a chance on me.
All right. This has been another episode of
Blynd Submyshynz.
And we're out.
We're out.
Thanks for joining us for another week of Blynd Submyshynz. See episode description for the links to all artists discussed in this episode, and visit their sites to support them directly by buying their music and merch. Share links to the podcast with your friends, especially if they're in bands. Bands! If you want us to listen to your music on a future episode, please submit one song to blyndSub@gmail.com. That's BLYND sub@gmail.com. Bandcamp's linked preferred, but not required. Find us on our social media at Blynd Submyshynz. Full video episodes are available on our YouTube. Remember, we go in blind so you don't have to. Blynd Submyshynz.
It's Blynd Submyshynz with Jeff and JD, Jeff and JD, JD and Jeff, JD and Jeff. Blynd Submyshynz with Jeff and JD, Jeff and JD, JD and Jeff, JD and Jeff.